Welcome to Junction City, Kansas for the Game Time High School Game of the Week on Your View. Tonight, the Junction City Blue Jays host the Wichita Northwest Grizzlies. We're going to welcome you inside our broadcast booth tonight. I'm Scott Hogan alongside Scott Gurney. Just a 2-year-old facility tonight that's going to host a great battle between the number 2 Grizzlies and the number 7 Blue Jays.
And it should be a beautiful night for it here in the state of Kansas. We're excited about a great game. Scott, this one could come down to quarterback play, but I think the coaches had something else in mind.
Yeah, this week we got to visit, as always, with both coaches, and they both emphasized the biggest improvement they need to make offensively from last week to this week is ball control, ball security inside the red zone.
Yeah, both of them emphasized that indeed, especially inside the red zone. Coach Zimmerman said, hey, they got inside the red zone 6 times, only came away with 1 touchdown. Majority of that, the reason was turnovers. So both Coach Martin and Coach Zimmerman said, we got to clean that up.
Well, we got a couple of great senior quarterback leaders for these two teams. Let's talk about Northwest KU commit Jalen Mason.
Jalen Mason, 363 yards in the air, 139 on the ground. He can hurt you both with his feet and both with that big arm.
And let's not discount this senior. He is a battler for the Blue Jays, Conrad Gomez.
6 foot, 190-pounder, can really scoot, 437 yards, 8 touchdowns. He really distributes the football well, and Coach says he's a real thinker, uses that brain to take care of business and stays in the framework of the offense, doesn't get you in trouble, manages a team just like he should.
Going to be a great one tonight between Junction City and Northwest. The fans are ready. We are ready. We'll be back with more pregame here on the Game Time High School Game of the Week on Your View.
Hi, and welcome everyone watching at home. We're here to remind you that we have agents standing by right now to answer your legal questions. So if you've been injured in an accident that was not your fault, call now. Find out if you have a case and how much is potentially worth. I'm Gina Bellich here with spokesman and TV personality Tom Mustin. So Tom, tell everyone watching at home who should call right now.
Well, Gina, first off, thank you for having me here in the studio. Now, as far as who should call in, the answer is anyone who's been injured in an accident that was not your fault should give us a call right now. Agents are standing by to answer any questions you may have and tell you how much your case is potentially worth.
Thanks, Tom. So what kind of calls are we seeing today?
Well, Gina, we're getting calls about all types of accidents, but the most common has been car accidents. So if you or someone you know were injured in an accident that was not your fault, take that first step and give us a call. We'll answer your questions and you'll find out if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth.
Thanks, Tom. Call now.
Here's an important message from the U.S. Med Diabetes Solution Center. If you have diabetes, you know the pain of pricking your fingers. But now, by wearing a small device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you can reduce your pain right away. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. So call us right now to see if you qualify for a CGM at little or no cost. U.S. Med. Better service. Better care.
Your View is brought to you by Keeley Roofing and Construction. Let us show you why our customers voted us the best of Wichita for roofing, siding, decks, and guttering. Keeley Roofing and Construction, where quality meets integrity.
Well, Scott, let's go ahead and take a look at our keys to victory tonight for both Northwest and Junction City.
Well, Northwest wants to win the run game. They think they can establish the run early and take care of that. Be disciplined on the defensive side of the football. Know where the offense is lining up and make plays. For the Blue Jays, it's all about a line and a sign. Know where you're supposed to be and then know what you're supposed to do when you get there. And you got to stay the course. You got to stay the course. You got to stay disciplined and you got to follow the game plan. And you got to stick to what you do best.
Yeah, I think. And our weather tonight, hopefully this is not going to become an issue here. We got 78 degrees under mostly cloudy skies, a light southeast wind at 6. We are seeing some areas around Ellsworth, Lindsborg, McPherson getting lightning delays. There you see our current radar. Hopefully that's all going to stay to our west, or if it does come through, it's just a little green, little light rain hopefully we'll get through it. I know later tonight they're saying a little bit better chance. But right now, very pleasant. Big crowd on hand. Again, number 7 Blue Jays at 2-0. The number 2 Northwest Grizzlies. They're at number 2 in the state. Should be a good one.
It really should. And they're not ranked number 2 in the state for nothing. I'll tell you what, they've got incredible backs. They got a lot of people back. 9 guys on both sides of the football that are back from last year's squad. The depth is there. They've got the tools. Can they execute tonight here against Junction City? But for Junction City, I'll tell you what, these guys can bring it as well. They've got a lot of depth at a lot of positions. A lot of guys played as freshmen and sophomores. They've got the same thing coming up now. You know, it's all about execution. When the popcorn's popping and the lights are on, when you step across that white line, can you execute?
And both coaches talked about they had to win and be special on special teams. So we'll get to take a look at that early with Ethan Butler. There you see him, number 49. Going to kick off for the Blue Jays. He's a 5'8" sophomore, and there is a dangerous return man. That's a freshman back there, but this coaching staff, Scott, they love this young man, Zaire Burton, and then across from him, Cordell Johnson. Both can be game changers, and they're lining up pretty short here, anticipating an opportunity for a return here. It's an east-west fields, and really that light southeast wind not going to be much of a factor. So Butler ready. And he's going to kick it towards Cordell Johnson. He'll take it at the 15. Got a wall of blockers, and he is smothered as he crosses the 25 and down to about the 27, maybe the 28.
Yeah, I think you're right. Swallowed up is definitely what happened. There's a wall of blue right there on the kickoff coverage team, and they did a nice job. We'll see what this young man, Mr. Jalen Mason, can bring to the table in his first series.
Yeah, head coach Steve Martin has not been happy with their early starts to games in either the win against Carroll or last week against East. And they want to establish that run game. Let's see if they go right to it. And they will. And a monster hole for Augie Fast. He is out near midfield for number 6 Marshall Carmen. Finally gets him down, but no pun intended, a fast start.
It definitely is. And you got that big offensive line up front with a lot of experience and gaping hole there for Fast.
And you'll see this all night long. The Mach 6 offense, another handoff. This time much better, stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Is Augie Fast. A couple of players in there. I know there's one of the linebackers, or number 28, Trevon Briley, came off the bottom of the pile. There you see that Northwest defense, experienced defense. You got a great secondary. Can they keep this run game under wraps on a 2nd and 10? And back to the run game again. Fast again. He's pushed back. So after that first big run, Augie Fast is minus yardage, and what a hit there from number 4, Marcus Boganowski.
He's a big guy in there, older brother right now playing at OU, getting some time in there too, and watch this hole open up, and then Boganowski fills it and shuts down Augie Fast. Now looking to 3rd and long. Are they going to throw the football here?
You want to teach a young man how to tackle. That was it. Shoulder right, waist high, wrapped up. That was a great tackle. Now a big play early on, 3rd and 10 from near midfield. And a false start over movement, I think, from the right tackle.
That's definitely what it looked like, and that makes his 3rd and long.
71 wide, 3rd down.
Makes his 3rd down and long even longer.
And when you're 6'5", 265, D'Angelo Williams can't hide from moving a little bit early. So now 3rd and 15. Northwest ball at their own 44. See what Junction City does pressure-wise. They're going to rush just 3. Plenty of time back there. And a pass is caught and taken out of bounds. Now curious on the decision here. That was Jalen Lugon with the catch, but you're a good about 7 yards short, maybe 6. And immediately, and remember, Jalen Mason is your punter, so anything is in the cards here. And also on the other side, very dangerous return man, number 2, Lavelle Autry, will drop back just inside his own 20. Mason will kick it end over end. Autry going to try to make a return, made a man miss. He's on the edge, And oh, what a tackle from behind. Autry had a lot of green grass, but Griffin Baker, number 7, got him down.
Yeah, nice job coverage-wise. Really thought Autry had an opportunity. The hole opened up, but filling it quickly.
If you're a Northwest fan, you were very scared seeing Lavelle Autry nearly get out in the open because he can change the game. So now, do we have a marker? Officials.
After the play, unsportsmanlike. Number 8, White. 15 yards, first down. That's his first unsportsmanlike attack.
Oh, Brandon, you know, that is Jalen Mason getting an unsportsmanlike. And remember, you get 2 of them in the same game, you have to leave the game. So not only does that put your quarterback behind the 8 ball, it also gives Junction City the football at their own 43.
Field position, ball control, all big products of what can happen in the return game. And boy, you just don't want to see anybody make a mistake like that when you're on the road, traveling a hostile environment.
You see Conrad Gomez go back there. They gave the white hat a little pat there on the backside. Like, that was a good call on your part. Yeah.
Hey, any brand where you can get some brownie points, I guess you go get them.
Aaron Woods will start at the back. We'll see a couple different backs. Josiah Tative will alternate in there, and a little draw play. Woods slipped 1 tackle, slipped 2 tackles, and makes a little bit of a gain, about 4. And it looked like he might lose yardage there.
It definitely did. Northwest got off the ball quick, got into the backfield. But watch the patience. Little stutter step, boom, and then plants it, drives his foot in the ground and goes forward. Good pickup.
And that's what Junction City, they have to stay ahead of the chains so they can keep that run game in play and not get Gomez in those obvious passing situations, as Northwest wants to bring a lot of pressure back to the same play. He's got a blocker in front, and there goes Woods into the secondary and into Northwest territory and down to the 36. Boy, they caught him, brought the pressure up the middle, and they went right off the edge.
This definitely did. Jamari Bland on the outside has to make the tackle, but he gets drugged from his linebacker position across. Watch the big man go at it, but the stiff arm, I like the play. Hey, we're going to run this until you figure out you can stop it. Then we're going to change. But, man, I tell you what, I like the play call. I think they saw something they can expose on that outside. Let's see if they can get it done again.
And if the Blue Jays can establish that run, and that leads to your play action for Conrad Gomez and just makes this Blue Jay offense even more explosive as they have the play clock running down to 3. Just got it off. Now there's the play action. Fire it across the middle. Oh, and he had a man down the middle of the field. Number 10, Jamarcus Tyson. Had a couple of steps on the defense, but pressure got there too quick.
Yeah, I think that was thrown to a spot, and your man should be there, and that didn't happen. I'm wondering if the outside receiver on the sideline got stopped. Was that able to get away to get down the sidelines? Because he threw that to a spot, excuse me.
Yeah, kind of looked like he wanted the quick pass to the Northwest sideline, and it wasn't there, and that was kind of his second option, and just kind of short-armed it. Watch for them to come back to that a little bit later. So it's 2nd and 10. Gomez, good protection, fires a pass, and it was deflected. He was looking for Lavelle Autry, but number 15, Logan Fast, got a paw in there to knock it down.
Definitely did. Again, I like the call, going for it on 2nd. If they can spring somebody across the middle of the field, let's hear it. Yep, nice job by Fast reaching out and stuff, because that ball was a completion if he didn't got his hand in there.
And that was a narrow window. It's just a 2-man package there as far as receiving it. You know, Coach Zimmerman told us they like to go no tight end, but he says we can't do it this week due to the pressure that will come from Northwest and how a big 3rd and 10. Gomez has time. He's going to go for out and up, and this is out of bounds and over everybody. So after some yardage gained on the ground, you've got 4th down, kind of in no man's land. And I think, yeah, you're going to play field position here and try to make it a long field for the Grizzlies.
Kingston Timms, number 5, going back to punt.
Cordell Johnson will stand inside his own 10.
again, playing the field position game.
I think early on I agree with that call. Your defense after that first run played really well. Kind of a rugby-style kick, angle kick, but got way too much of it. That'll come out to the 20. Not what Timms was looking for. You're hoping to get something down there, maybe 15, 10-yard line or a little better.
But typically with the soccer-style kicker, the rugby-style kicker, you're going to get a lot of roll because you get a lot of top spin of the football there. So we'll see what happens when Northwest comes back out for their shot at it for their second possession of the ball game. Tied at 0s. 8:47 left to go in the first.
Thinking about retirement? Would you like to have retirement income that you can count on for the rest of your life? How about up to 33% more income? Call this number to get this free book, Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers. This book is filled with valuable information uncovering little-known secrets to help you maximize your income in retirement. And it's free. Retirement income you can count on starts by calling for this free book. As a bonus, we'll also rush this annuity rate report, also absolutely free. Annuity National researched numerous products and summarized the rates and benefits of annuities from foremost insurance companies like Nassau Life and Annuity. Call for both these free books. Annuity National, retirement income you can count on for the rest of your life. Call now.
For your free books, call 800-793-7995. That's 800-793-7995. 800-793-7995.
Scoreless here in the first quarter as you see the head man for the Northwest Grizzlies, Steve Martin. Been able to visit with him the last few seasons. I tell you, that is a fun time. We could probably be on the phone a good hour plus with him. We have to kind of knock it down to 30, 45 minutes, but what a great man. And now play action, Mason going to the air. He's going to go down in the backfield. The whistles blow as number 84, Jackson Holly, gets into the backfield and a big sack for the Blue Jays.
Definitely, and that time just holding on the ball way too long is Jalen Mason. Watch. He sees his receiver, pulls it down, but nothing there but blue shirts in the way.
Well, I want to give credit to also in there Noah Agwan. There's a loss of 9 yards. The officials momentarily stop play.
Interesting. 21's coming out of the ball game. Got a substitute coming in.
I don't know if that was an equipment issue or something. That's Zaire Burton, the freshman that they love this young man, 6'1", 170.
Oh, now another substitution. I'm watching guys running over the sideline pulling their pants, like their knee pads down over their knees. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but interesting.
Also into the game, and Brennan Bean came into the game as well. That's some motion. Second and forever. Fake the little fly sweep. Mason on a quarterback draw is straight ahead. And he'll get back to the 15. This is 3rd down and 15. A huge opportunity here for the Blue Jays, as we're just over 4 minutes in to get their second stop here in the first quarter, and they would get great turnaround on the field position. Mason looks like he wanted the quick pass, and it is caught. It'll be well short of the first down. He found Ryder Campbell. Right there was number 2, Lavelle Autry, to get him down, and Northwest will have to punt.
Again, another possession where, you know, you get a penalty, you get backed up, or get a big sack and get backed up. You make that great completion. Nice work working to the outside, but I think maybe he should have gone to his deep receiver who was open down the sideline.
And then coaching staff will see that. They'll come back to that a little bit later, but Lavelle Autry awaits the Mason punt, and this is going to be a short one. Pins on the hop, and it gets a great Northwest hop. Oh, and Burton maybe fielding that a little too quickly. We'll make it the 43-yard, which I believe was the exact same field position on the last drive start for Junction.
Yeah, after the penalty, it definitely was. Well, let's see if Coach Zimmerman goes back to that run, maybe stays with the run. Tell you what, it looked really good in that first possession. Aaron Woods was really good coming off tackle to that right-hand side.
Little delay where Gomez kind of makes a little bit of a fake like he's going to roll out, and they also threw once off of that fake. And there it is. They're going to go the other direction with it. Woods makes a nice cut. And he'll get a little bit of a gain out to maybe the 45 of a couple. Number 1, John Michael Fountain. That is a name that we will call a lot. He's getting courted by a lot of D1s.
Boy, he has a lot of phone calls for this young man. Really great pursuit to the football. I believe also Swaley was in there on the tackle as well.
Yeah, Joaquin Swaley, a senior defensive back there as well. And back to Woods. Trying to get outside. Oh, what a great tackle. Shooting in there. Let me get the net. That's Swaley once again, number 3.
Again, that's just pinning your ears back, seeing a gap, shooting it. Let's see where it came from. Oh, outside the left tackle.
Just too many bodies there to block that time. And now Junction City in 3rd and long. And you're going to watch the pace of these two offenses are going to be just polar opposite. You see Junction City going to work deep into the play clock as Gomez back. 5-man rush. He's got some time. Has a man, and it is dropped. Oh, my goodness. He can't believe it. Number 11, Lance Norris, had enough for the first down and just banged right off his hands.
Yeah, right off the pink mittens there. And again, good route. Set his feet. Good toss, but right in the hands, and I think he went back to the huddle knowing that was on me.
Great protection up front. Yep. Gomez had a great pocket, threw a strike, and wow, that's a
tough break.
Tough break as Timms will come on for his second punt. Banged his first one into the end zone. Rugby style, nearly blocked. This is a low liner, sidewinding spin, and what a shot! Inside the 25 in special teams. Number 14, Jashawn Green.
Again, lines up and a great hit from the outside gunner. He had a clear shot at him, watched him pick up the football, planted the shoulder right in the gut, and just drove it home. And just superb special teams play right there. Both coaches talked about how special teams had to be tonight.
Yeah, that was Lugon on the receiving end of that shot as Northwest at their own 24 will have their second possession, or excuse me, their third possession here in the first quarter. And let's see, are they expecting a timeout? And we are going to take a media timeout with you scoreless here in Junction City on the Game Time Game of the Week.
Heads up, the IRS is on the move. If you owe the IRS more than $10,000 in back taxes, revenue agents can now come directly to your home to collect. That means bank accounts, assets, and cash are all up for grabs. The time for waiting is over. StopIRSDebt.com can intercept these agents and stop collections fast. With thousands of 5-star reviews, we've helped low and high income taxpayers get protected and slash their tax debt. So if you're under audit, need your returns filed, or have an agent at your door, go to StopIRSDebt.com now to check for savings. Simply answer a few questions and you're done. With 87,000 new IRS agents on the move, don't roll the dice any longer. There are now generous options to resolve your tax debt, but you must act fast. Don't wait until it's too late. Go to StopIRSDebt.com now to check for savings.
Call 855-296-9016. That's 855-296-9016.
5:43 left first quarter. We've had a defensive start to this one. Neither team able to sustain anything on the offensive end yet. Had a couple of big plays, but Jalen Mason and his offense for Northwest at their own 24 this time. And back too fast, and he breaks a tackle into the secondary. His second really nice run here in the first quarter. We'll have the first down out near the 40.
Well, that's the key thing about Augie. Fast, 6'1", 195. He's also got great balance, great vision. You see Shuck a tackle there at the ankles. Was able to get to second level, get the first down.
And I'll give him a chance to go some pace. Fast, stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
You know, when you look at that Northwest offensive front line, we're talking Campbell at 215, Cochran at 280. You got Roberts at centers, 255. Martin, the right guard, 235. We're talking big boys. And then you look at Maddox McGinnis, who's got Michigan, Florida, Iowa State offered him. My gosh, he's 315 at 6'3". Those are some big dudes up front.
Yeah, Junction City's got to rely on their speed. And we've seen them get home already once. And now Northwest slowing it down a little bit. Campbell in motion. I think they wanted a wheel route. Now they got a man down the middle of the field. Mason's going to be sacked for the second time. And it looked like number 7, Jason Neal, may have been first on the spot.
Well, he had a receiver open right down the middle seam. And what do you do on timing? There's where you step up and throw the ball. And saw a linebacker coming over from the left-hand side, but I don't think he would have got there in time. Got to open that up and turn it loose.
My apologies. Number 84, Jackson Hawley, was in there first. Right, and then you got a Chinese fire drill down here. We got movement both sides, and I think it's going to go false start.
Prior to the snap, false start, 91 wide on the offense. 5-yard penalty, still third down.
And that's going to drive the head coaches crazy. Those pre-snap penalties makes a 3rd and 13 into about a 3rd and 18 here for Northwest. Interesting score. We'll pass along if we get a change of possession. I'll go back to the ground game and fast. Great stumble drill. Is going to be near a first down, but the ball comes out.
Northwest got back on top of it as it was fumbled forward.
Now I wonder if they're going to put that back at the spot of the fumble. And they will not. That's a break, and a huge break. As that's a great stumble drill, as I mentioned. Fast had it stripped, and Griffin Baker is the one that recovered it.
Marshall Carmen from behind coming up, slapping that ball out of Augie Fast's mittens.
Option play, that might have been a forward pass. It can work either way, and that's Zaire Burton inside the 40 with a first down. Well, they were playing for just a punt on that last play, and it worked out. That is actually a forward pass there to Zaire Burton, but still perfectly legal behind the line of scrimmage. I like it. Get on the edge with Burton.
Zaire Burton, the freshman, 6'1", 170, already getting looks, already getting some phone calls.
Now, Fast on a stretch play. Monster hole. Got a great block from Burton. Augie Fast is going to take this one all the way in for a Grizzly touchdown. Wow. Convert 3rd and 18 on the ground, and then he put it in the end zone.
Take a 3rd down play off the right-hand side. Goes 38 yards for the touchdown. Watch the vision. He's looking, makes the cut, sticks his foot in the ground, goes to the right side, all the way to the house.
The Northwest on the board first. It'll be Isaac Featherston. Come on to try to tack on the extra point, which is up and down the middle. You see Augie Fast on the sideline. Came over from Mays a season ago, and what an impact he has made. I wanted to pass along a score because these two teams in different games coming up a little bit later in our broadcast schedule this season. Late first quarter, how about this one? In Hutch, Mays 21, Hutch nothing. Ooh. We'll see Hutch at Derby later, and we'll have Mays South coming up later. But I tell you what, Braden Maivella, we saw him last year in that Mays South game at quarterback, 6'4", 200-pounder. I tell you, he is fun to watch. And they're rolling tonight so far against Hutch. And now Junction City. You got to put that one behind them and get something going here on offense. There you see Coach Zimmerman trying to rally the troops here. Military Appreciation Night. And some festivities before the game. Going to have a little bit longer. Halftime, about 3 minutes extra tonight. And we got a special feature for you in that segment as well. They're going to be doing some military appreciation items at halftime. And there you see Featherston gathering himself for the kickoff. And have Lavelle Autry and a Marshall Carmen deep for Junction City.
Field position is going to be critical. Got to have a good return here for Junction City.
And there's going to be a short kick. It's going to hit the turf. Autry will pick it up, looking for a lane to run. He's given up some ground. Shook one tackle and is going to be buried about the 23.
And that's who made the tackle, 23.
June Mitchell.
Oh, June, Demarius Mitchell. 5'9", 185-pound linebacker, a junior. Do a nice job on kick coverage.
So after starting plus across their 40 a couple of times, long field at their own 24 for Junction City. We mentioned in the pregame they had trouble inside the red zone, struggles. Nice win, 14-7 at Lawrence, but 6 possessions, only 1 touchdown when they got in the red zone last week. But against this Northwest defense, you got to find a way to be methodical as Gomez wants to throw it. He has a man, it's open, and this is a clean. He dropped one earlier, Lance Norris with the pins, as you mentioned. Nice catch, but again, great protection.
It really was. Solid protection by that Blue Jay offensive line. Watch the fake and then just spread everybody out, pushed everybody to the side, allowed Gomez to step up, make a good pitch. Good catch.
Number 90, Bishop Smith, laid the wood to Gomez there right at the last, but he stood in there as you want your senior leader to do, took the shot, but delivered a strike. Out to their own 44, back to the ground game. And not much off of right tackle, maybe a yard this time for Aaron Woods. A couple of Grizzlies were there. I think Logan Fast, number 15, came up again. As that is something you had to see on tape. This Grizzly defense, they bring linebackers, they bring safeties up. You got to know there's got to be some quick plays, maybe some screens or something that Junction City, if they can see a blitz coming. And Gomez again going to throw it. He's got the same man again, Lance Norris, on a deep crossing pattern right at the sidelines. Another nice pitch and catch for a first down back into Grizzly territory.
Well, Lance Norris came into the game, 8 reception, 138 yards, just 1 touchdown. His longest being 69, so when he gets the football in open spaces, he can get down the field as well. But 2 times in a row, he's found a way to get open on that little sideline pattern, and Gomez put the ball right on the button.
And Gomez, Autry had 7 catches coming in. Beckman had 8. Norris had 8. Jamarcus Tyson had 3. So he has spread the ball around nicely. He's going to go to the little bunch formation off the left side of the line. Pressure up the middle. Gomez released it late, and that caused the incompletion. Looking for Norris again, but I think he got hit just enough to underthrow it.
Yeah, it did. There was just a swarm of white jerseys coming around him watching, but he stays in the pocket, keeps looking downfield, didn't succumb to the pressure. I like the way he stayed in the pocket.
A lot of times you can watch a quarterback's feet, and they start moving those feet around a lot. They're getting antsy. He did not do that. And the coach has praised his decision-making and his surveying of the field.
His poise in the pocket, definitely.
He's going to go back to throw it again on second down, rolling the pocket, and fires a pass, and it's caught by Autry. Takes it near a first down, and it's right at the sticks. I think it'll be 10-yard. Eric's going to say first down, first catch for Lavelle Autry.
I tell you what, I like the play calling here. You're getting your quarterback comfortable throwing the football. Now you're going to spread him out. Got him out of the pocket. Now he sprints out. Got more confidence. Feels like he can connect with those throws, and he's doing a good job of it.
Did you see him signal with the left hand there? Just a little bit. I'm coming to you. And Autry, there he is, number 2. Nice catch. I like the way they're catching it with this ball in their hands. They're going to back to the ground game, getting to the edge. There he goes, Aaron Woods into the secondary. Inside the 15 goes the senior.
In fact, he may have gotten tripped up right there by D'Anthony Rivera. Let's take another look at it in replay. Just watch this kid scoot. Good vision. Cutting back to the inside and stumbled. No, that correction. That was 14. That was Cordell Johnson that may have tripped him. He may have just tripped over the turf there too.
My apologies. I'm shortening him a year. He is just a junior. Played a ton last year as a sophomore. He's gone the distance. He's going to get another carry. They're going to pull those linemen again. He cuts it up the middle, inside the 5, and he's near a first down. I think he's down just a yard short. Well, I tell you, they're pulling these linemen. Watch them come around.
Just watch the holes open up. I mean, that's big enough to drive a Mack truck through.
It was number 10, Jamari Bland, made the stop, but now it's 2nd and a yard.
Well, this is a critical spot. Inside the 5, but inside the red zone. But, man, now you're inside the 5. This has got to be 7 points, or at least 6 points for the Blue Jays here.
Look at all the pre-snap motion to load that left side, and boy, right up the middle came Dallas Gray, number 5, and that's what you couldn't have there was a negative play. So it goes from 3rd and a yard to 3rd, and at least 3, maybe 3.5. Right into your window there. And as you mentioned, we talked about the struggles last week. 1 TD in 6 possessions inside the red zone. And you got to be thinking, you can't be thinking 3 points here. You got to be thinking 2 plays to get those 4 yards, or 3.5 thereabouts. Everybody in tight. Woods off that little counter, breaks it to the edge. He's got the first down, and he gets into the end zone. And Junction City, an extra point away from tying it up.
Oh, just a great play call right here. They've been executing this play all the way down the field. Little counter trap there. Got that defensive line spread out. Take another look at. There's the pulling guard and tackle. Boom, out to the outside they go. And he's such a good, strong back. Able to keep his feet, spins. Little dipsy doodle into the end zone for 6.
Levi Engstrom, the right tackle, coming clear across. And now execution, good snap. Kick is up. And Butler will tie us up at 7 with 27 ticks left. You had your worst field position, your best drive of the night. Great answer by Junction City. We're going to see the touchdown again. Just watch all the great blocking in front. And the strength there from Woods. He just took D'Anthony Rivera, number 2, into the end zone with him. But you like the controlled excitement. You know, we saw those emotions get the best in our game last week. Celebrating with his teammates, heading to the sideline, exactly what you want out of one of your junior leaders.
Well, I think the discipline tonight, I think we're going to see a much more improved game in that aspect of it. But both coaches talked about how they like the discipline of the kid. In both their kids, they're not getting overexcited. They understand how big the game is, and just try not to make too much of it. Make it bigger than it actually is. And great drive down the field. Love the play calling. Love the execution. And a finish at the end for the Blue Jays, and that's exactly what the doctor ordered.
Coach Zimmerman, 32nd season. You ask him on Tuesday night, what keeps you going? And he said he just loves these kids. He just thinks every time, and maybe think about retirement, he just loves the next group. Now, we must have had a 5-yard penalty assessed on Northwest. The kickoff's been moved to the 45. And Burton is going to go back and field it at the 2. He's got a little crease. He hit it, and one broken tackle away from maybe springing it. Junction City will get him down at the 27. There is what they love about this young man.
Well, he's so excited when he gets the football. He sees the entire field so well, instinctual. Just not a prototypical back. When you talk about having a running back, what do you want him to have? What tools do you want him to have in the toolbox? Great vision is one of them.
Yeah, they specifically talked about his vision. He's going to, looks like, get this series, give Augie Fast a break. Now it's Jalen Mason and Northwest opportunity to answer. And right to Burton. No, he got hit immediately, broke one tackle, then he's going to be shoved backwards. And there is number 8, Khalil Walker, sticking his helmet in there.
Jason Neal also in to assist on the tackle, but they had Burton stood up, and he wasn't going nowhere.
It's not disappointing yet. 7-7, end of 1. Number 2 Northwest, number 7 Junction City. We're back for the second quarter.
Do you have difficulty hearing your TV? Or have trouble hearing conversations? Then you would benefit from Nano hearing aids. Other hearing aids are expensive and cost thousands of dollars. But if you call now, you can get 2 Nano CIC rechargeable OTC hearing aids for less than $1 a day. Don't be fooled by overpriced hearing aids ever again. The Nano CIC rechargeable hearing aid is a true hearing aid, not an amplifier. And they offer superior noise reduction and a tiny in-the-ear design that is nearly invisible. And best of all, they are incredibly affordable. Call now and get 2 Nano CIC rechargeable OTC hearing aids for less than $1 a day. Plus, get a free charging dock and your shipping is always free. But that's not all. Order now and get 1 year of Elite Protection with loss and theft coverage absolutely free. That's a $79 value, yours free. And all Nano hearing aids come with a 45-day money-back guarantee.
Call 1-800-390-1322. That's 1-800-390-1322.
Attention timeshare owners. This is an urgent consumer alert from the Timeshare Exit Hotline, a national company specializing in helping consumers legally get out of their expensive timeshare contracts. We're offering you a way to legally get rid of your timeshare. So if you're fed up with the maintenance fees that keep on coming and want to learn if you can terminate your timeshare legally and permanently, call today. Call the number on your screen today. It's a free call.
Start of our second quarter, Junction City 7, Northwest 7. Grizzlies ball at their own 28-yard line, second down and 9. Quite a drive. 8 plays, 77 yards. Nice answer by Junction City. And Mason, a 3-receiver package, back to throw it, looking to an out pattern. It's caught and taken down immediately is Ryder Campbell. Number 9, going to his big tight end there to get the ball out to the 31 and bring up 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, I believe it was that Kingston Timms coming up from the safety spot to make the tackle on the outside? I believe it was.
Actually, that was we're told Sean Powell, number 22. So now the hurry up. Ooh, did you get him in there? You did. An offside penalty is going to make this a 3rd and 8.
Encroachment. Number 4 on the defense. Down. Still 3rd down.
Boganowski got a foot in the neutral zone, and in high school, that's immediate dead ball. Boy, 3rd and 6 and 3rd and 1. It's a no-brainer. Those are so much different.
Well, it changes your play call.
I think you're going to get a heavy dose of Zaire Burton here. There he comes. Ooh, and I don't know. This is going to depend on the spot. The near side officials got him marked short.
I think that was Brendan Bean, 91 into the tackle, and he roped him up. Watch his healer right here. He reaches up. Oh, correction.
I think it was Khalil Walker, number 8.
Number 8, you're right.
They gave him about a half a yard. And we may see, yes, we're going to see the hammer package is what this is called. You're going to see some defensive guys coming in. John Michael Fountain will come in. Jamari Bland, a couple of your linebackers. That's exactly what Coach Martin said. This is their hammer package on short yardage. Straight ahead. Oh, I don't know.
I think they're saying the ball popped out.
Did the ball come loose?
I don't think he made it.
I don't know he made it either. Let's see him mark it down, and number 84 comes up with the football, Jackson Hawley. And it definitely came out, popped out of the hands of John Michael Fountain.
I'm not sure he was on the first man on the ball, but
Junction City.
The officials says Junction County football. Turnovers, we talked about them. Going to be critical.
I think it was number 10, Jamarcus Tyson, that jarred it loose. And what a stand by Junction City. They stop 3rd and 4th and 1 and take over at the Grizzly 36. Gomez back to that little counter play. Woods trying to get to the edge, but this time great open field tackle by number 2, DeAnthony Rivera, out on the edge for a short loss. It'll be 2nd down and 11.
Again, that same little counter play, but you got to stay on your blocks. Nice job fighting through that block for Rivera, coming up and making that tackle right there as well. Boy, these are critical downs and critical situations. Got great field position. And we've got a whistle. I think I'm probably a equipment issue.
We're going to get a play clock reset, as that is Blake Proetti, I believe, number 56, a converted running back to offensive lineman. You don't hear that very often. That's what they did. He's just over 200 pounds, but they said he has been fantastic up front for Junction City. Gomez has a couple of tight ends in. He's back to throw it. He's looking for a little wheel route and a miscommunication between he and Lance Norris. Norris ran towards the sideline, and Gomez was anticipating that out and up or a wheel route, and he airmailed everybody.
Yeah, if that was supposed to be, like you said, the wheel route, it was there. It was definitely there. There was nobody in that real estate. We'll see what Coach asks of Mr. Gomez here.
He goes over to the sideline. They're on that, or close to the near hash, so he just went and talked to Coach Zimmerman for a big third down play, and now you split trips out. Gomez against about a 5, maybe 6-man rush. Again, has plenty of time looking for Norris, and an interception was dropped right in the breadbasket of Joaquin Swally, and he couldn't swallow it up.
Let's take another look at it here on replay. See where this ball was at. Great patience, a lot of protection. Airs it out. And it may have been a nice job by Autry. May have snuck in there and grabbed the hand of Swally to keep him from catching that football, too.
And they made this similar decision early in the first quarter to punt it inside the Northwest 40. Tied at 7. Again, you're going to try to play a little field position and see if Timms can pin them deep.
Needs to put a lot of height under the ball right here.
Pressure coming in. This is a end-over-end kick, and it takes a great bounce out of bounds inside the 2.
Or do that. That was fantastic.
Wow, what a job by Kingston Timms. Pinning the Grizzlies back at their own 2. We're 9:33 before halftime. Any surprises for you so far? The defenses really have showed up, but 2 nice offensive drives as well.
2 nice offensive drives. Not being able to take care of that opportunity right there and put some points on the board when you got got your opponent down. You caused a turnover right there. Not able to take that in the end zone and get points. May come back and bite Junction City in the tail end before this is over.
And Coach Martin has said the defense has carried them in each of their first halves so far this season. And now a quick run to try to gain some space straight ahead to Burton, and he'll gain a yard to the 3. We're being told Augie Fast right now on the sidelines with an apparent hand injury.
Good closure right there. Defense, a lot of white hats to the football, and that's exactly what you want your defense to do.
That was number 8, Khalil Walker. 5'10", 185 junior made the stop. Got to trust Mason here. I think he's going to go back and throw it. They're going to try to go stretch with Burton. Had a little bit of running room, then took a pop from number 4, Marcus Boganowski. Bringing up about 3rd down and close to 4.
Boganowski, 6'2", 190. Watch him just manhandle the running back Burton right there and put him to the ground. The word is the Boganowski family's got a 10-year-old as well that's coming up.
So we'll see another one here in Junction City Blue. Mason looking for a quick pass. It's caught. Now it depends on the spot. What a hit from number 6, Marshall Carman. Ryder Campbell caught it. They needed the 12, and I think they only got to the 11.
What a stick by Carman. Again, keeping the ball in front of you, letting the defender catch the football underneath, but then lay in the wood once he does catch it. So,
yeah, it looks like an apparent stop. I tell you, you would have some moxie here if you went for it from your own 11 after you just got stopped inside your own 40. So Mason, this is a very short drop to punt it to Lavelle Autry. And it looks like is Northwest going to take a timeout? They will. I looked at the play clock, as so did Our quarterback and punter, Jalen Mason. And they'll take this as a media timeout as well. Junction City looks to get possession after this.
Hi, and welcome everyone watching at home. We're here to remind you that we have agents standing by right now to answer your legal questions. So if you've been injured in an accident that was not your fault, call now. Find out if you have a case and how much is potentially worth. I'm Gina Bellich here with spokesman and TV personality Tom Mustin. So Tom, tell everyone watching at home who should call right now.
Well, Gina, first off, thank you for having me here in the studio. Now, as far as who should call in, the answer is anyone who's been injured in an accident that was not your fault should give us a call right now. Agents are standing by to answer any questions you may have and tell you how much your case is potentially worth.
Thanks, Tom. So what kind of calls are we seeing today?
Well, Gina, we're getting calls about all types of accidents, but the most common has been car accidents. So if you or someone you know were injured in an accident that was not your fault, take that first step and give us a call. We'll answer your questions and you'll find out if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth.
Thanks, Tom. Call now.
4th and a yard for Northwest. Jalen Mason at his own goal line. And Autry's going to have an opportunity. He fumbled it, and the ball was recovered. I think, did Autry get back on it? He did. Boy, what a break there for Junction City.
Well, you hate to see that when your punt returner comes in to get that one and his hands go up above his head. And you know that's a future sign of disaster, and that's exactly what happened here. Could have been huge. Great job by the young man getting back on top of it.
We could have been hearing the footsteps of number 7, Griffin Baker was bearing down on him. Still great field position. Not as good as the last time after the 4th down stop. Couldn't get in, but still 7-7. As Junction City, we have not seen anybody at the running back except Aaron Woods. We were expecting to see some of Josiah Tative, another junior running back, but it's been Woods, and he's had a great first half. Now Gomez got time. He's going to step up, fire an out pass, and that was double covered, and probably very fortunate that was thrown a little bit wide.
Very fortunate. Lance Norris out there again as Gomez is going to come to the sideline, maybe get the next play, but boy, I tell you, he's been exclusively throwing the ball to Norris. You got to wonder at some point, somebody else is going to get open. He's going to find him if the defense is expecting him to be getting the football.
Well, we mentioned they love to go 11 and 10 as far as personnel, but it's been working. They've been getting some passes downfield, keeping 1-2 tight ends in the ball game for blocking. And they're going to go back to that run play, and it's run down from behind by number 1, John Michael Fountain, showing his speed to bring up 3rd and 10.
Well, 3rd and long, you got to think, okay, are they going to go to Autry at some point? But they're looking nice. A little ride down by Fountain.
Well, he read those, the wing back and the tackle pulling, and just got right in behind him to get Woods. And 3rd down, they actually marked that back a yard, so it's 3rd and 11. Gomez trips to his left, pressure heavy up the middle. Deep out pass for Autry is overthrown. Boy, and they were bringing, I think, 6 that time was Northwest, and they force a quick 3 and out. It's turning into a battle of field position here in the 2nd quarter.
What really has, both defenses really rising to the occasion. Both head coaches Steve Martin and Coach Randall Zimmerman have got to be pleased with their defense. But the offense, that's going to be a little different story. They're going to have to talk about that at halftime and maybe discuss the change.
Yeah, there's a bunch of adjustments need to be made by both the offenses. Defenses are settling in as Lugon and Johnson backers at rugby style. This will signal a fair catch at the 22. Timms, boy, he drew the defense in before he launched it, but that enabled the coverage to get down there for no return.
Absolutely. I like what Timms does. I mean, just going out there and doing work. And again, field position has been so critical in this, especially for Northwest, because they really haven't been able to get anything going offensively except for the one drive that was finished off by Augie Fast, 38-yard scamper into the end zone. But besides that, it's been pretty hush-hush.
I'm a big fan. I love the rugby-style kick. I just think it opens up. You usually get a great bounce. You can kick it away from good return men.
You can aim it.
Absolutely. So Mason back to Burton in the ground game, and he struggles forward for maybe 3. And Coach Martin also told us that he felt like we've gotten away from the run too much in the first half, especially of these games. So we are going to commit to it here in the first half, and they are with now it looks like maybe Burton exclusively. Fast currently out maybe for the game with a hand injury. And back to Burton, and he runs into a wall this time at the line of scrimmage. I see number 28 down there at the bottom, Trevon Briley.
Boganowski in there as well. Then you've also got Toby Johnson coming up from the outside, number 13. And he's like, hey, I'll meet you over there at the running back. Absolutely.
Well, and they say he gained a yard out of that. 3rd down and 6. Mason going to roll the pocket to his left, trying to square up late. Pass is caught for a first down. A great job by Griffin Baker to know where his feet were to get. I think he got both of them down. You only need one in high school. Big conversion for the Grizzlies.
Well, let's see what the pattern he ran. Let's see if we got time to take a look at it. If not, we're going to roll right into the next play. They're ready to go. Going to run a little tempo here.
Well, generally you see a lot of it. They just haven't had those plays to be able to get into tempo. And now they're throttling it back a little bit. And Burton broke a couple of tackles and will fight forward for maybe another 3. And he needs to be careful. Burton is actually, to me, I think he's been moving forward a couple of different times before the snap. He's going to have to be careful of that to not get a penalty.
Briley came up from his nose guard position to make the tackle.
2nd and 7. Play action. Mason lofts it over to his tight end, who's going to take it across midfield. Brennan Bean back in the ball game, number 91. And there, number 10, Jamarcus Tyson read it, but he couldn't get back in time.
Watch Bean coming from the left side, rotates over to the right, finds his spot out in a flat. Good pitch and catch.
And Burton breaking tackles into the secondary for a nice gain, maybe of about 6.
Well, we've talked about Mr. Carmen a lot already tonight. He makes another tackle on the outside. He's all over the place.
But you can see a little momentum, little rhythm. You're from Northwest, so they pick the tempo up. Mason, quarterback draw. He's hit immediately and is stopped at the line of scrimmage. Got 2 players in there, boy. I tell you, we're talking about Trevon Briley a lot. There's also number 10, Jamarcus Tyson. Number 28, Briley, getting his helmet in there quite a bit here in the first half.
Jamarcus Tyson got a chance to talk to his parents before the ball game out tailgating and just talk about how good a kid he is, how humble of a kid. 2-sport athlete. He's a catcher on the baseball team. Nice. Knows where he wants to do after high school and college.
Mason running in a little deeper into the play clock. Big 3rd and 4. Wants a quick pass. It's not there. Pressure coming. There's a big time tackle in the backfield as he just got rid of it, but that was a clear hold behind the line of scrimmage. Actually, it was a kind of a tackle there. Brennan Bean is going to get flagged, and an interesting decision. I think you have to take this because I think it's a spot foul as well, and that was easily behind the line of scrimmage. So this would be more, unless they go back to the original line here.
Hold. 91 wide on the offense. 10-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
They actually went back to the line of scrimmage for that, so it's going to be 3rd and 14. We'll see it right here. Yeah. And then that was Mason really just throwing it away. I feel like Northwest was setting up to go for it if it was 4th and 4. Now they got to get a little bit closer here. 3rd down at about 13. They're going to go back straight ahead with the run, and Burton will get some of that back down to the Blue Jay 45, and it'll be 4th and 7. Or you, Coach Martin, do you go back and play field position here? Maybe use your timeouts, if you can get a stop, get the ball back, and that looks like what they're going to do.
But remember, Jalen Mason The quarterback is also the punter, and he's got the green light. If he sees something, he can make the decision. He can go. It's his call.
Well, this is clearly safe punt as Autry now just drops back. Make sure Mason punts it. Autry's going to let it bounce. Northwest has got a chance, and they saved it, I believe. And they will. Junction City is going to be pinned back inside the 2-yard line. Well done. Can they get a big stop? We'll find out after this timeout on Your View.
Thinking about retirement? Would you like to have retirement income that you can count on for the rest of your life? How about up to 33% more income? Call this number to get this free book, Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers. This book is filled with valuable information uncovering little-known secrets to help you maximize your income in retirement. And it's free. Retirement income you can count on starts by calling for this free book. As a bonus, we'll also rush this annuity rate report, also absolutely free. Annuity National researched numerous products and summarized the rates and benefits of annuities from foremost insurance companies like Nassau Life and Annuity. Call for both these free books. Annuity National, retirement income you can count on for the rest of your life. Call now.
For your free books, call 800-793-7995. That's 800-793-7995. 800-793-7995.
Fantastic punt coverage by Northwest. Jalen Lugon and Griffin Baker both back there to keep it out of the end zone. And Junction City, 1st and 10 from their own 2. They have to get at least a first down here, or Northwest can get another opportunity. It's a big series of downs for this Junction City offense.
Yeah, they got to stick to who you are right here if you're Junction City.
We're going to throw it. Gomez one-on-one, and he's got Autry. Little back shoulder throw, and no flag. Great coverage there by Kyron Taylor. I thought they might call that contact. Let's see it again.
Did the defensive back turn and look for the football? Oh.
Was there much? There wasn't a lot of. There was a little early contact. Boy, that's a.
I think I'm dropping the hanky.
That's
on
close.
That one. Yeah. But they're letting them play. Not a ton of penalties so far in this one. Talk about that at half.
Yeah, Autry man on man. I like going at that. Boy, you got to get some space here. There's that delay. That's dangerous in your own end zone, and Woods barely got out of the end zone. He was tripped up, I believe. That might have been number 3 again, Joaquin Swally.
I think it was.
Or was it?
I thought it may have been 25. I thought it might have been.
How about number 15, Griffin? Logan Fast, I think there again.
That makes sense. Yep, there's 15. Nice job shucking the block. Actually was held, still made the tackle.
Well, I thought they might run that play, and it worried me. It's a slow developing play when you're backed up to your own end zone. Now a huge 3rd and 10. And your dummy snap count. Northwest looks like they're bringing the house.
And why not?
You're going to have to use the timeout, yeah.
Timeout, Junction City.
So this is, again, a huge play in the game. Junction City, curious to see if they're going to throw the football. Another interesting score. I wondered about this one. Great Bend traveled to Buhler tonight. And Buhler not holding up very well against 5A power Great Bend. 20-0 Great Bend just seconds before halftime. A lot of games are starting to have delays in them in that central Kansas area due to some of the storms. I know McPherson had a delay for a little while. So I think we're going to get a look at that punt. Great job. Again, that was, I think, Jalen Lugon got the hand on it, and right there with him was Griffin Baker.
Well, this is a big play right here, Scott. 3rd down, shadow of your own goal post. You got to find a way. And are you throwing the ball again in this situation?
You throw a wide receiver screen or something safe like that. They wanted something like that. They're going to go deep down the middle, and it's batted away from Lavelle Autry, and there is a flag down behind the play at the 20.
Do we have a hold here?
There's Joaquin Swally in coverage.
Blue Jays are pointing towards the northwest end of the field here. Let's see. What, did he hold him on his break? When he made his break
towards the middle of the field?
Yeah, towards the middle of the field. I think he may have snatched the little jersey. We'll see.
And Coach Martin had an official over there. And we'll get the official call.
Holding. Number 3 on the defense. 10-yard penalty. Results, first down.
And that's a monster call. Here you can see, you imagine Coach Martin, one of the officials, and they'll move on. But now Junction City, a little breathing room. First and 10 from their own 12, and I would almost expect to see them go back to the ground game, but Northwest, couple of timeouts could stop the clock, still get the ball back with some time. So we'll see how aggressive Coach Zimmerman is here. He threw it out of his own end zone a couple of times, so we'll see what he does here with Aaron Woods in the backfield, who's had a good first half, and now another timeout taken by Junction City.
Didn't like the alignment, I think. When they got to look at the defense, you saw Gomez look to the sideline to get the play, and I don't think they liked what they were going to have to run against right there. And so smart, call the timeout, getting everybody on the same page, come back and run your play.
Interestingly enough, with some of these delays in Central Kansas, we had the same thing with this matchup last year in Wichita. We endured 2 weather delays last year, and right now we still look perfect weather here in Junction City. It's more in Central Kansas right now. I know McPherson game had a delay. I see from one of my colleagues the Trinity Remington game right now is in a delay. Well, we're looking pretty rosy here right now by that radar. I know they say maybe after midnight, but hopefully Scott and Scott are getting close to being in bed after midnight
tonight. Well, let's hope so.
Yeah, we will see. So Junction City and back to the ground game. Good block. The point of attack. It closed down quickly there for Woods with Jamari Bland, number 10. And yeah, there we go. Northwest defensively going to use a timeout.
Swally in on another tackle for Northwest. He's mounting them up tonight.
Please put 139.
So going to put the clock at 139. You ain't got time for a meticulous drive here. And the way Gomez has been throwing the ball around the yard, I keep thinking Lavelle Autry is going to get some attention. They got to start targeting him sometime. I mean,
well, they targeted him twice on those long throws there. You know, he's the one I think they held
right
on the third down play, and that's who they try to get it to on first down. They're trying to get him the ball. Still only the 1 catch. And I'm sure that will be talked about. Really kind of the go-to guy. He had that early drop, but then made some great catches as Lance Norris.
Yes.
He's had a good game, and now it's quite a chess match. Are you thinking I got to run Northwest out of timeouts here? Do I run it again on second down if you're Coach Zimmerman? I love the chess pieces here. Where do you go? Quick pass. And Autry needs to stay in bounds, and he didn't. You save a timeout there. Good job by number 2, D'Anthony Rivera, to bang him out of bounds and stop the clock, save that timeout.
How close did they get to the pins here? No, they didn't. But again, get the ball in the hands of your playmakers and let them go to work.
I like the receiver call. I would like to see more of the slip screen with the receiver moving back to the middle of the field to avoid that situation right there. And now another big third down. And first time we've seen that stacked receiver look out there at the left hash mark. Gomez is looking that way, and he wants to go down the sideline. Over the shoulder, catch is made. It'll be a first down, and getting A little banged up is Brody Beckman. I think maybe he fell on the football, but what a pitch and catch.
No doubt. 8 receptions on the year, 98 yards, 2 touchdowns. And he wrangles it in off the face mask before he hit the turf. Hasn't got it, and then recovers it right before going to the ground, and then he stands up and goes, oh, that got me.
Well, Kyron Taylor got a hand in there, and that was just great concentration by Brody Beckman to be able to make that catch. And now the tables have turned. Junction City with a timeout, and they're out to their own 43. Maybe they can get a little more aggressive in the play calls and see if they can get in the scoring position. We usually like to ask coaches, where are you comfortable kicking a field goal from? And we were told with Ethan Butler, it's around 35 yards. So that would tell you you got to get down to about just inside the 20.
They got a long way to go.
A long way to go if you're going to get there. But
5th completion on the day for Gomez. 5 completions, 75 yards so far. But connecting on the big ones and getting them.
There's really just the one pass I think he got fortunate on that was in and out of the hands of a defender here in the first half. But as you see, I think that was more a knock in the air out of Beckman. But you look at him tower above everybody, and there's a reason. He is listed at 6'7" and just over 200 pounds. That is a nice big target. I think that's the reason they went to him out of that stack. He kind of wove behind, and he let Norris try to run off the inside defender in a well-designed play. And now still plenty of time, minute 28. And a timeout in your pocket. Stand with that 2 tight end look. They fake kind of a screen. Gomez had the ball knocked out of his hand. Now it's kicked backwards. And the Grizzlies, and they lost it. Still a scrum. Who comes up with this football is going to be huge, and I think it might be Junction City finally recovering and averting a disaster here before halftime.
Was it an incomplete pass? Was he throwing it? Oh, ball came forward, but he threw it right in the turf.
Timeout.
Which would have been intentional grounding.
Northwest.
Because he wasn't outside the tackle box, didn't have a receiver in the area.
1:07
Boy,
on the clock.
If we can get another look at that, would love to see it. Almost looks like that should have been a forward pass and incomplete. Even if it was intentional grounding, you would take it.
Oh.
No, it just slipped out of his hand on his way back. I think that was the correct call.
What an opportunity right there for Gray, Dallas Gray, to pick up the football. Just dive on it, young man. Don't try to pick that ball up. It's like trying to grab a grease pig. It's just impossible to do.
And then they're really going to test my math skills. They mark the ball at the 8. Junction City to get a first down. It's the Northwest 48. So that would be 2 yards, and then back another 42. Is this 2nd and 44? Do I have that math correct?
2nd and 45 is what they have it on the scoreboard.
And Northwest used their final timeout. I would expect Junction City, because it is 2nd down, I think you're going to run this a couple times, get to the locker room. And Woods protecting the football will gain maybe a yard and a half.
That's the thing. I think no matter what, you cannot give up the football right here. Even if it's this kick, whatever it has to be, don't give up the football.
I stand corrected. That's number 25 on the carry, Josiah Tative. Here you see him right there. To our knowledge, the 6', 205 junior's first carry. He came in with some nice carries. 28 for 81, and have been averaging just over 40 per game on the ground. And really, you might just take a knee here if you're Junction City. Northwest out of timeouts. We're going to actually hand it off to Tive. Oh, it looks like he did almost have it stripped. Well, and a very, very interesting first half. I don't know that a lot of people expected a defensive battle But that is what they have here in Junction City. The number 7 ranked Blue Jays, the number 2 ranked Grizzlies are knotted up at 7 as we head to halftime here in Junction City of the Game Time High School Game of the Week on Your View.
Heads up, the IRS is on the move. If you owe the IRS more than $10,000 in back taxes, revenue agents can now come directly to your home to collect. That means bank accounts, assets, and cash are all up for grabs. The time for waiting is over. StopIRSDebt.com can intercept these agents and stop collections fast. With thousands of 5-star reviews, we've helped low and high income taxpayers get protected and slash their tax debt. So if you're under audit, need your returns filed, or have an agent at your door, go to StopIRSDebt.com now to check for savings. Simply answer a few questions and you're done. With 87,000 new IRS agents on the move, don't roll the dice any longer. There are now generous options to resolve your tax debt, but you must act fast. Don't wait until it's too late. Go to StopIRSDebt.com now to check for savings.
Call 855-296-9016. That's 855-296-9016.
Do you have difficulty hearing your TV? Or have trouble hearing conversations? Then you would benefit from Nano hearing aids. Other hearing aids are expensive and cost thousands of dollars. But if you call now, you can get 2 Nano CIC rechargeable OTC hearing aids for less than $1 a day. Don't be fooled by overpriced hearing aids ever again. The Nano CIC rechargeable hearing aid is a true hearing aid, not an amplifier. And they offer superior noise reduction and a tiny in-the-ear design that is nearly invisible. And best of all, they are incredibly affordable. Call now and get 2 Nano CIC rechargeable OTC hearing aids for less than $1 a day. Plus, get a free charging dock and your shipping is always free. But that's not all. Order now and get 1 year of elite protection with loss and theft coverage absolutely free. That's a $79 value, yours free. And all Nano hearing aids come with a 45-day money-back guarantee.
Call 1-800-390-1322. That's 1-800-390-1322.
Do you want a full-body workout that stretches, strengthens, and builds your cardio? Then I have a solution for you. Hi, I'm Leslie Sokol, the creator and founder of the Adult Dance and Fitness TV show for the young at heart. Join in with me weekly on your YurView channel and get a great workout. Check your local TV listings. Let's get fit together.
A 7-7 tie here in Junction City between Northwest and Junction City. Fantastic first half of action. As we're going to welcome you back inside our broadcast booth tonight, Scott Hogan, Scott Gurney. Scott, not the game most people nor us expected. A couple of nice drives in the first half, but it was defense that dominated.
It has been defense, yeah. Like you said, just 2 drives, 1 by each team to get into the end zone. We saw Augie Fast get into the end zone after a 38-yard scamper. Then he comes out of the game with an apparent injury, and we don't get him back in. And then Wood just rumbling, bumbling, stumbling to find his way into the end zone for the Blue Jays. So that's all the scoring we've seen. Turnovers, a little loose ball action. Opportunities, really they're more for Junction City than we have for Northwest, which is kind of a surprise.
Yeah, each team had opportunities. You know, Junction City made that big stop when Northwest went forward inside their own 40, couldn't capitalize. Then that late fumble down there that got kicked backwards. It looked like Northwest might recover inside the 10. Junction City got it back. That was a huge break. So each team has had opportunities they couldn't capitalize on. Each team with one really good drive. So that's what you get, 7-7 tie.
Well, somebody's going to see something and notice something at halftime and make an adjustment. We'll see who makes the best adjustment in the third quarter.
Fantastic adjustments are going to need to be made. We will see those here in just a little bit. Well, let's take a look at your rankings across the state, brought to you by Keeley Roofing and Construction, where quality meets integrity. There you see here at 6A, Manhattan is who Junction City has to play next. They're on down a little bit at number 7. We'll swing over there to 5A. Hayes, they got a big game tonight. Great Bend was a leading Buhler, who will show up at number 3. They're playing tonight. Great Bend had a 20-0 lead there. Andale was rolling at halftime again. I think they were up 40-8 on Rose Hill. at the break as you go on down. I tell you one there that stands out in 1A, Sterling and Inman. That's 28-24 Sterling at the break. They've got Conway Springs coming up in a couple of weeks. That'll be a great game. Southeast of Saline there in Central Kansas. That's a big game. In the 8-man ranks, Little River, Central Plains, both there in Central Kansas. They'll meet up, I believe, a little bit later. Axtell, can they win 5 in a row? They've won 4 8-man Division II state championships in a row. And again, well-deserved. Victoria had a nice win last week against Central Plains, their D1 and D2 action, as you're getting entertained right now by the Junction City Marching Band. And we will return with more. Scott sits down with the USD 475 Superintendent, Dr. Reginald Eggleston, after this.
Nearly 1 in 4 U.S. consumers have been a victim of identity theft, even when they did all the right things to protect their personal information.
I did everything right, but an institution that had my data didn't, and now my identity's been stolen.
Banks, hospitals, employers, and other institutions all have your personal information too, and when they're exposed, careful monitoring of your accounts and credit won't be enough.
$110,000 of my hard-earned money gone.
The stakes are high, and even if you take steps to protect your personal information, you're not the only one who has it. Only LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points every second, alerting you to the widest volume of threats. And if you become a victim, a dedicated U.S.-based identity restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed. Plus, all LifeLock members are backed by the LifeLock $1 Million Protection Package, including reimbursement for stolen funds. Call now or go online and use promo code 35TV to save 35% off an annual plan for your first year.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, you may face many hard questions. What will tomorrow bring? Which firm should I choose to represent me and my family? We've become the largest injury firm in the world because we've won a lot. Our firm has recovered billions and billions and billions. Over 30% of our new clients are referred by former clients. That says it all. Our results and client satisfaction, that's how we became the largest injury firm in the world. When you call Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, your very own army springs into action immediately to fight to get you the best result as quickly and easily as possible. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Call 800-589-0055. That's 800-589-0055.
And welcome back to Junction City. We are at halftime here in the Game Time Game of the Week. And we are joined live inside the broadcast booth with USD 475 Superintendent Dr. Reginald Eggleston. And I did pronounce that correct, did I not?
You did a great job.
All right. Dr. Eggleston, being superintendent of schools, you're in charge of a lot of things, and you got to overlook a lot of things. Tell us, on the graduation side, what does the portrait of a graduate look like here at 475?
So first, thank you for the opportunity to be here. Really appreciate the chance to talk about the great work that's happening in the school district. The portrait of a graduate is giving us an opportunity to meet with our stakeholders to talk about what attributes and skills that we want our students to have when they graduate from Junction City High School and the school district. And the goal is to prepare them for any walk of life that they may choose. 2-year, 4-year college, military, or going directly into the workforce. The meetings that we will have will give us an opportunity to receive feedback as well as educate the community on the resources that we have available to all of our students, whether it's elementary, middle, or high school. And most people don't realize that preparing a student for graduation really starts before the 9th grade. It's everything that's between pre-K and 8th grade that ensures when they walk into the high school, they're prepared to take advantage of every resource and every opportunity that exists in the high school. And so we really are serious about that and trying to increase, of course, our graduation rate every single year, and again, making sure students have the skill sets they need to be successful out there.
That sounds like an outstanding opportunity. I'm glad you're taking grasp of that with both hands and going at that. Another hot topic, I know it's going around. It's all about cell phones in the classroom, cell phones at school, cell phones everywhere. The district has changed a policy. Describe briefly what that is and how do you think that's going?
So the school district has embraced the fact and the idea that a student spending the amount of time that they have in the past has not been as positive as it should be. And so we've instituted a policy that requires students not to have them in their classes at all. They may look at them when they're changing classes or in the cafeteria eating lunch, but other than that, those phones should not be visible at all. What we're finding is that students are more engaged, talkative with their friends, having great conversation and interacting, exchanging ideals. Teachers are feeling very good about this policy, and it really has gone over very well. You know, a lot of times you hear that there's pushback from communities, parents, but we really have been very pleased with the embracing of this policy and the good that's coming from it.
Well, it sounds like what we were involved back in the old days, back when we were in school. Didn't have those things laying around.
We didn't know what a phone was other than the one at home.
Barely recognized. We even got to bring a calculator into the classroom, and some not even then. And well, I know that has had to give more of that interpersonal communication between students. It's had to have increased that. I believe I can understand the pushback you would have some. And I'm sure there's certain circumstances where a cell phone needs to be with that child, medical issues or whatever happens to be. But to go out on the forefront and say, this is what we're going to do, and stick to it, and lay down that policy that is going to be better off for the students, I think people are going to come along to the idea and be definitely warm up to it a lot more as time goes on, and when especially when they realize how much more talkative their child is and how much more engaged they are with other classmates and teachers as well, and maybe back at home. Very possible.
Absolutely.
You never know. Here at Junction City, we're really close to Fort Riley, and I hear 50% of the enrollment in Junction City at 475 is military families. Describe that a little bit. We've got a Military Appreciation Day. How does that affect a school district like this?
Well, it impacts us a great deal. When you think about Fort Riley and its history, 50%, as you stated, of our students are connected. We're a little bit over 7,000 students, so that gives you an idea of the population. And so we have military-connected students in every school in our district, every elementary, middle, and at the high school, probably 33% of the students at the high school are connected. So it means a great deal to be able to serve our men and women in uniform. We actually have 5 schools that belong to the school district on post, 4 elementary, 1 middle. And on the Board of Education, the garrison commander and Command Sergeant Major serve as advisors to the Board of Education, ensuring that we always keep in mind the needs of our military families, because they're being deployed, they go away for training, school, and sometimes families are separated. And during that time, we do everything we can to support them and just to create a safe space for their students so that they can be successful in our school district.
That's fantastic. And just relating, having that relationship with the military bases, it's got to be incredible, especially for your student base as well. And saw a lot of ROTC kids that look like out on the field today, going through some drills and stuff. So I was like, that reminds me of back in the day when I watched my dad back in the day. But
absolutely.
Anyway. 31 years in special education, or in education altogether, 33 years in the Army Reserve. Brings a lot of experience to a man in your position. How has that helped you over the years?
I think the two have helped me on both sides. I think you learn how to relate to people and meet needs from the school district side, because we're in positions to help remove barriers and help young people be their very best. We're also in a position to where we try to always gain the respect and confidence of our parents and members of the community. And so when I take that over to the Army side, it helps me in so many ways with meeting the directives that individuals provide me, because everybody receives a directive in the Army, so that's just kind of how it works. But it also just helps me serve the soldiers, the men and women who I serve with in the Army Reserves as well. When I flip that over, I think the Army teaches me how to be disciplined, how to follow through, how to be calm in intense moments and deal with the situations that are at hand, and really just kind of peel back the onion, so to speak, to get to the heart of a matter so that we can come up with a resolution or a course of action that we can move on. So both have been great. I'm blessed. I thank God for the opportunity to have served and continue to serve. I'm hoping that I have many more years to do both.
Well, we hope you do. Thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Eggleston. We sure appreciate it. More to come here at halftime here in Junction City. We'll turn it loose. Be back in just a moment.
Hi, and welcome everyone watching at home. We're here to remind you that we have agents standing by right now to answer your legal questions. So if you've been injured in an accident that was not your fault, call now. Find out if you have a case and how much is potentially worth. I'm Gina Bellich here with spokesman and TV personality Tom Mustin. So Tom, tell everyone watching at home who should call right now.
Well, Gina, first off, thank you for having me here in the studio. Now, as far as who should call in, the answer is anyone who's been injured in an accident that was not your fault should give us a call right now. Agents are standing by to answer any questions you may have and tell you how much your case is potentially worth.
Thanks, Tom. So what kind of calls are we seeing today?
Well, Gina, we're getting calls about all types of accidents, but the most common has been car accidents. So if you or someone you know were injured in an accident that was not your fault, take that first step and give us a call. We'll answer your questions and you'll find out if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth.
Thanks, Tom. Call now.
Heads up, the IRS is on the move. If you owe the IRS more than $10,000 in back taxes, revenue agents can now come directly to your home to collect. That means bank accounts, assets, and cash are all up for grabs. The time for waiting is over. StopIRSDebt.com can intercept these agents and stop collections fast. With thousands of 5-star reviews, we've helped low and high income taxpayers get protected and slash their tax debt. So if you're under audit, need your returns filed, or have an agent at your door, go to StopIRSDebt.com now to check for savings. Simply answer a few questions and you're done. With 87,000 new IRS agents on the move, don't roll the dice any longer. There are now generous options to resolve your tax debt, but you must act fast. Don't wait until it's too late. Go to StopIRSDebt.com now to check for savings.
Call 855-296-9016. That's 855-296-9016.
Here's a look at first half highlights.
Well, pretty much it's been all about Augie Fast for Northwest. Really started the game out strong. Couple of real hard runs off tackle. Breaks it into the secondary. That was kind of his thing there in the first half. 8-yard scamper takes it to the end zone for the first and only score for Northwest in the ball game. But that's been the firepower for Northwest so far is just that. But he's now out of the ball game. Not sure he's going to return in the second half. And then how about this young man right here, Mr. Aaron Woods. Watch 26 rumble down the field. And it's the same thing, coming off tackle, finding open spots, and then just having the power to get to the end zone. Both these running backs really have put on a show here in that first half. We'll see what happens coming out here in the third.
Yeah, well, let's go ahead and take a look at your Cox Fast Stats, giving football fans the latest stats courtesy of Cox. You can learn more at cox.com/internet. Anything surprising up there, too?
Yeah, winning the run, that was one of the big keys for Northwest, is being able to win the run. Shows right there, they're ahead 107 yards in the rushing game. Passing game, only 55. I think what's more impressive to me is maybe the throwing ability and the job Junction City has done up front to give Gomez, the quarterback, room and time to throw the football. So doesn't surprise me, 162 yards total for Northwest. They're an offensive powerhouse. I think things are going to probably change in the second half. We'll see what adjustments they've made. But Junction City, their defense, got to be nothing but proud of them.
Yeah, the advantage, first downs, a lot of that on the scoring drive for Junction City. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with more of the Game Time High School Game of the Week on Your View.
Thinking about retirement? Would you like to have retirement income that you can count on for the rest of your life? How about up to 33% more income? Call this number to get this free book, Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers. This book is filled with valuable information, uncovering little-known secrets to help you maximize your income in retirement. And it's free. Retirement income you can count on starts by calling for this free book. As a bonus, we'll also rush this annuity rate report, also absolutely free. Annuity National researched numerous products and summarized the rates and benefits of annuities from foremost insurance companies like Nassau Life and Annuity. Call for both these free books. Annuity National, retirement income you can count on for the rest of your life. Call now.
For your free books, call 800-793-7995. That's 800-793-7995. 800-793-7995.
Do you have difficulty hearing your TV? Or have trouble hearing conversations? Then you would benefit from Nano hearing aids. Other hearing aids are expensive and cost thousands of dollars. But if you call now, you can get 2 Nano CIC rechargeable OTC hearing aids for less than $1 a day. Don't be fooled by overpriced hearing aids ever again. The Nano CIC rechargeable hearing aid is a true hearing aid, not an amplifier. And they offer superior noise reduction and a tiny in-the-ear design that is nearly invisible. And best of all, they are incredibly affordable. Call now and get 2 Nano CIC rechargeable OTC hearing aids for less than $1 a day. Plus, get a free charging dock and your shipping is always free. But that's not all. Order now and get 1 year of elite protection with loss and theft coverage absolutely free. That's a $79 value, yours free. And all Nano hearing aids come with a 45-day money-back guarantee.
Call 1-800-390-1322. That's 1-800-390-1322.
This is important news for people implanted with a spinal cord stimulator for chronic pain relief that malfunctioned, causing serious complications or even death. The FDA has reported thousands of adverse events. If you've been implanted with a spinal cord stimulator and suffered any of these complications, call the law offices of Davis & Crump at the number below right now to find out if you're eligible for a cash award and medical expenses. Call the law offices of Davis & Crump right now. Our first consultation is free, and we don't get paid unless you get paid. Call now. Operators are standing by.
Tied at 7 here at halftime in Junction City. Number 2 Northwest, number 7 Junction City. A defensive battle here in the first half. Well, we had some very interesting Week 2 games. How about that first one up there? Choctaw, Oklahoma. They're the defending 6A Division II state champs out of Oklahoma. 700-mile round trip to play Hayes. Hayes with a 21-19 victory. Boy, Hayes is for real.
I think they definitely are for real. When you take a former 6A champ and bring him into your house and beat him, that says a lot.
Holden Lind, 166 yards and 2 touchdowns. Hayes is at Manhattan tonight. Boy, what a start for them. Ooh. How about Chase County there after taking it on the chin from Little River in Week 1? They came back. Their senior quarterback, Wyatt Griffin, 335 yards, 7 touchdowns on the ground, 225, 3 touchdowns in the air. Typical 8-man, 70-50, Chase County with the win.
Have a day, kid, is all I can say. Just have a day. That's one he'll remember for a long time.
They're Lebec County, 2-0 on the season, 27-20 over Winfield. Their best start since 2003 under Bailey Argabright. They host Pittsburgh tonight.
Yeah, my former alma mater, just taking it up the chin 2 weeks in a row.
And there you had Manhattan, big win over Free State. How about Emporia? A new era there. They snapped a 20-game losing streak, big time over Wichita West, 52-6. First time they won since defeating Highland Park October 28, 2022, 1,050 days ago. Also first win under first-year head coach Daniel Goodman. Good for Emporia. You hate to see those losing streaks like that.
Yeah, you hate to see them. Glad they ended it and now can look for bigger and better things and continue the winning ways, hopefully.
I can't tell you, the last score that I did see on the Hutchinson-Mays game was 21-7 Mays, but I have not seen an update in quite a while on that game. And we're going to see both of those teams a little bit later. 32-7. Great Bend was leading Buhler. The big 5A versus 4A matchup tonight. Let's have a few of the other scores we have for you. Scott Hogan and Scott Gurney. Junction City going to get the football to start our second half. Enjoying our first trip to this beautiful, almost brand new facility. Just its second year, we believe. And Featherston in a short kick. Lavelle Autry will take it at the 20. Trying to get to the sideline. And now he's going to reverse course. Can he get to the edge? Slipped one tackle. Autry across the 30 and a whole lot of running. And he'll be down at about the 32-yard line. Lavelle Autry, he ran a country mile there to gain a couple extra yards.
Yes, he did. And Cordell Johnson right there to make the tackle. Just showing good open field tackling skills, and said that's enough of that.
Now the chess match begins. What kind of adjustments can these offenses make from the first half to the second half to try to sustain some more drives? Again, just one touchdown apiece. There you see Coach Zimmerman. Boy, I love his enthusiasm. 32nd year, you would think it was his second year. And they're going to motion Woods out. And Gomez going to go the other way. He's got a man-on-man wide open and overthrew Lance Norris. Would have been a touchdown. However, we do have a penalty marker down in the backfield. Could be in the area of holding or a late hit.
Roughing the passer possible.
56, offense. 10-yard penalty, first down.
So it would have come back anyhow, but there's one of your adjustments. I love the play call.
Let's take a look and see where that was. 56. I believe is who he called it on right there.
It's Proetti, I believe, is 56.
Just the third penalty called on Junction City so far in the ball game.
Test.
So back to the 22-yard line. I think you can hear our field referee testing the old microphone. Now to the slip screen to Autry up the seam. And he'll get out to the 26, gain of about 4. Just his second reception. They've targeted him a few times. He drew a penalty once to move the chains, but clearly they want to get him going.
Nice job by Swally getting out there and making that tackle. Second and long now.
Conrad Gomez going all the way to the sideline and all the way back across to the far hash mark. This has been their base set. 2 tight ends, 2 wides most of the evening. And back to that little counter action. Woods broke a tackle, but getting him down by the feet was Dallas Gray, number 5, to prevent what could have been a pretty big run.
Yeah, Gray gets there just in the nick of time because there was a whale of a hole. Watch the open up in the interior of that line. Great job making that tackle. I think also making a knock there. I think it was, what, 91? I think it was at Bean.
I think maybe Bishop Smith was there, number 90.
90, 98, 88. Boy, there were some white shirts to close the gap in a hurry.
It was actually, we're told, 98. Caius Garola in there as well.
And we haven't said his name much, but he's one of those returners. Junior at 6 foot, 255. That's a full-grown man right there.
Gomez just got the snap off. Look for Norris, in and out of his hands. Would have been a great catch. And would have been enough for the first down, but a penalty short circuits that drive, and Junction City will send the punt team on. Look at this. It was another good throw.
Well, he nearly could have got crunched right there. Yeah. Right close to the mittens.
Again, I think Norris might have been anticipating a shot from the secondary there. And Northwest should get pretty good field position. Good snap to Timms. And a rugby kick. Fair catch called for and fumbled.
Oh my.
And Junction City, I believe they have recovered. Down there to get the fumble recovery was just Sean Green. Oh boy, what a turn of events there.
Well, we talk about special teams, how special they had to be tonight. And right here, just take your eyes off the ball for just a second. But how about that punt coverage team? Right there, Johnny on the spot to make the play. Just Sean Green. Nice job getting on the football, son.
There's your Jalen Alugon. I don't advise doing that too much. Banging himself with his own helmet after the fumble. Oh boy, golden opportunity. Junction City couldn't convert in the first half after a big turnover on downs. Now getting wide, Woods is tripped up again and a late flag comes in. This may be coming back. Great open field tackle there by number 5, Dallas Gray, but it looks like another hold. Coach Zimmerman not pleased with the penalty marker. Official kept nodding his head.
Holding. Number 60 on the offense. 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
And that's the way the initial series started out here.
Thank you.
Say right there is what they're calling.
4 penalties, 40 yards for Junction City. 5 penalties, just 35 yards for Northwest. Most of those have been either false starts or offensive holding penalties.
Now you got to chip away at a 1st and 20 here after the big special teams recovery of the punt. And they play action. Gomez across the middle and miscommunication. He was trying to get it to, I don't know if I'm getting the number right. Is that Jamarcus Tyson?
Jamarcus Tyson,
linebacker.
Yeah. Targeted again. Jamarcus Tyson has 3 receptions on the year, 53 yards, but all 3 receptions were for touchdowns. His longest of the season is a 43-yard pickup for a touchdown.
And Gomez, a little hitch to the giddy-up. Again, pressure was in there from John Michael Fountain, number 1. This miscommunication. You and I talked about it. There was he lined up as a tight end. A tight end does not have a reception this season for Junction City. Now they're going to go down the right hash mark, man on man, trying to get it to Autry again, and great coverage back in the secondary there by Cordell Johnson to break it up. It'll be 3rd and 20.
Well, I tell you what, Gomez has put the ball on a dime for his receivers. Got to go fight for it, young man. Let's see if the defender got a hand in there, turned at the right time. I don't know. I think the ball got there in time to make that catch. But, hey, defender right where he needed to be. Made a good play on it.
Northwest has had fantastic coverage tonight on Lavelle Autry.
Yeah. They have not let Autry do much. I think he's only got 2 receptions tonight.
Now they're going to go a little end-around reverse. And well-defended Norris may have got back to the line of scrimmage. Everybody stayed home for Northwest, including number 2, DeAnthony Rivera. And probably we're looking at a punt.
I don't know if I like the design call with the reverse. The pursuit of Northwest has been really good tonight. And they had that boxed up pretty good.
It was actually John Michael Fountain there. You see him, number 1, that was out there first. Boy, I tell you what, we saw the turnover on downs by Northwest in the first half, about the same position in the field. Junction City couldn't score. They recover the punt, fumble, also can't score. Now they'll have to punt it. They need to get this away and avoid a timeout, but you may just take the 5 yards here, and they got it off. And Johnson, ill-advised, fields it at the 4 and is tripped up at the 6. I thought that was going to go into the end zone. He probably should have let that one go.
Yeah, that's one of those decisions you hate for your kick returner to do. If it's inside the 5 and it's coming down into that kind of an angle, let that thing go and go into the end zone and get yourself out to the 20. But a lot of green to work with for Northwest's offense. Can they find a way to get a drive going here?
I believe it was number 90, Levi Engstrom, that got down there in special teams on the tackle. Long field, and now we'll see the adjustments. And right away you see one empty backfield for Jalen Mason. Got 4 wides, and now some motion. And that little read option, they give it on the fly sweep to Zaire Burton, and no running room whatsoever.
Here's a critical thing about that. For Junction City, only brought 3 right then. They're winning the line of scrimmage with very few personnel. And linebackers are doing a good job coming up in support, but right there.
And being a little undersized as well compared to that Northwest offensive line, doing a great job. Now it's almost a 5-receiver package. Got a tight end lined up as a wingback. And another read option. Mason straight ahead, a little dab of running room. And he's tripped up at the 11. And now somebody is going to garner a 15-yarder, and Junction City's convinced it will be against Northwest. And remember, Jalen Mason got an unsportsmanlike in the first half. And cannot be on him. Coach Martin,
concerned look
oddly
on his
calm.
face. Yes. Yeah.
After the play, personal foul, 72, offense. Half the distance due to the goal, 3rd down.
And the key there was after the play, so the down will count, then you penalize. Let's see if we can see it. Clearly, yeah. Just that late push. Uncharacteristic there for Maddox McGinnis. Northwest backed up for a 3rd and 12. Mason wanted a quick pass, and he's going to scramble up the middle, slip the tackle. He'll have the 1st down and get out of bounds. So Jalen Mason making it happen with his legs, picks up a huge 1st down for the Grizzlies.
And again, watch the vision. Sees his receivers covered up, pulls the ball down, escapes, creates plays with his legs.
Slipped just inside of Jashawn Green, blitzing off of the right edge. And back to Burton. He breaks into the secondary for another Grizzly 1st down. Now just shy of the 40.
Burton's just a freshman at 6'1", 170, but runs strong up the middle. And again, just needed a little bit of a seam there to get to the 2nd level.
And remember, Augie Fast appears that he is out of this game for the evening with a hand injury. After that great start he had, as Mason wants a quick pass. Out pass is caught, taken out of bounds by number 4, Jalen Lugon.
Well, just like we saw at the end of the 1st half, we saw some tempo out of Northwest before they stalled out. Right now, they're right back to that tempo. And speaking of Augie Fast, there he is right there.
You never want to see your star running back on the sideline without his helmet. And back to Burton, straight ahead. This time, no dice. Jason Neal, number 7, in there from his linebacking position. And it'll be 3rd down.
Jason Neal. Down as a linebacker tight end at 6'1", 225. Very athletic.
And it looked like it was maybe, they might have actually moved that forward a half a yard. Call it 3rd down and about 5.5. Mason fakes it, rolling out to his right. He's got a man, his tight end Campbell, inside the 35, down to the 32 for the Grizzlies. Well-designed play, and going to the big tight end, Ryder Campbell.
Yeah, he was wide open in the middle of the field. DeMar McKinney's got to come up and make the tackle from his defensive back position, but look at all the room to rumble.
So the tempo gets going. Burton breaks a tackle, off right tackle, flags fly. Momentarily, it's a 1st down, but where that came in is most likely holding. When the umpire throws it in there, that's generally what it is.
Holding, 72 on the offense, 10-yard penalty, replay 1st down.
Maddox McGinnis on the right side of your screen right there, and kind of a takedown there, a little bit of Khalil Walker.
And again, penalties that set you back after a big play. That tempo, that momentum that you have built up just hits the brakes.
It's a spot foul, so they're going to lose about 6 yards on the penalty, retain the down, so 1st and 16. Mason rolling out again. Pressure comes. He's going to take a big sack near midfield. Oh, they brought the house that time. We'll have to see the replay. Several Blue Jays back there.
Helmets to the football right here. Boganowski's going to lead the charge. You see him right there, right in front. Says, nope, I'm not letting go. Gets underneath the shoulder pads. Drags him to the ground with a little assistant, but there was a lot of blue right there in front of Mr. Mason.
So 2nd down near midfield and forever. Now 26, so go back to Burton off left end. He shook a tackle from behind and will gain a couple.
That's a lot. That's a big ask right there for your freshman running back to try to pick up big yardage right there on that play with the pursuit that the Blue Jays have been playing with. I don't know. I think you got to throw the football right there. And a question I've got that we talked about at halftime, where's Jalen Mason? Where's the big play capability right here? He's been stymied by this Blue Jays defense.
Blue Jays made multiple substitutions there defensively for their pass defense. 3-man rush. Mason, arm across the middle. Man is wide open, and it's caught by Griffin Baker. And he'll take it down to the 10. It's been his favorite target all season long, and he needed a play, and Baker delivers.
Well, I just asked, where's Jalen Mason? Here he is, finding his number one receiver down the field, Jalen Mason. He threw that right in the middle of the campfire because there was a lot of blue jerseys around.
Yeah, just perfect pitch and catch. Now the tempo, 1st and goal. And Mason will pull it. He's hit on the edge, falls forward for a couple. I think number 8, Khalil Walker there first.
Walker and Timms combining on the tackle.
2nd and goal.
Can't get conservative right here. They know what's at stake. Coach Martin talked about it. Got to score in the red zone. Got to take advantage of opportunities. It's a 7-7 ball game.
I'd love to see him roll the pocket here, give Mason that option to run it. Back to Burton. He'll run it straight ahead on the read option down to just the 7. 3rd and goal.
Yeah, Mason again on the keeper. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Got a little warning right here. Talking to big number 66. That's Dustin Cochran. That's the South Dakota commit. Cochran and Williams both committed to South Dakota.
And a huge 3rd down. Can the Blue Jays force a 4th down decision? Mason just a straight keeper off left end, a power play. And he's stacked up at the 6-yard line. It'll be 4th down, and looks like Coach Martin going to send Featherston on and try to just get the lead once again. They had a 7-0 lead. Junction City answered right away, and now Featherston from the left hash. It'll be held by Griffin Baker. So you'll set it down at the 13, so a 23-yard attempt. Maybe a slight wind in your face. Baker did a good job getting the snap down. Featherston makes it look easy. With 2:50 left in the 3rd, the Grizzlies get a field goal to go up 10-7 on Junction City. And we'll be back after this.
Nearly 1 in 4 U.S. consumers have been a victim of identity theft, even when they did all the right things to protect their personal information.
I did everything right, but an institution that had my data didn't. And now my identity's been stolen.
Banks, hospitals, employers, and other institutions all have your personal information too. And when they're exposed, careful monitoring of your accounts and credit won't be enough.
$110,000 of my hard-earned money gone.
The stakes are high, and even if you take steps to protect your personal information, you're not the only one who has it. Only LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points every second, alerting you to the widest volume of threats. And if you become a victim, a dedicated U.S.-based identity restoration specialist will fix it guaranteed. Plus, all LifeLock members are backed by the LifeLock $1 Million Protection Package, including reimbursement for stolen funds. Call now or go online and use promo code 35TV to save 35% off an annual plan for your first year.
10-7 Northwest. 14 plays, 87 yards. But I tell you, give the Junction City defense credit. They made him kick the field goal. And I think Coach Martin definitely, he just felt like, I think at that point, they needed to regain the lead in this defensive battle there with the run play on 3rd down.
Yeah, I don't know if I necessarily like the call, but I mean, you just got a big pass down the field to Baker to get you in about the 10-yard line. Got conservative, I think, with the play calling right there, and maybe too much on Jalen Mason's legs, but that's the call he made. And hey, they came away with the lead with a Featherston field goal. And in this game, 3 points may be huge.
Trying to kick this away from Autry, so they'll go to Carmen. And almost ran into his own man and slung out of bounds across the 30. Now, Junction City answered the touchdown in the first half. Can they answer the field goal here in the second half? A couple of costly penalties on their first couple of possessions have set them back, and they get a clean drive going like they did in the first half.
Three offensive holding penalties and one unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. How about, and the big sack? And you recover from that? Intestinal fortitude, Scott Hogan. Intestinal fortitude. Who wants it worse?
So again, now single receivers each direction. They'll go back to Woods on that little counter type play, and he's down behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose 3.
Containment right there on the defensive side for Dallas Gray. Found a way, just wiggled outside. Had a little pursuit on the inside, but good job sealing the outside right there and forcing the play back inside.
You see number 5, Dallas Gray, with the stop there. And Northwest is really keying on that play. They've seen it a lot tonight. That's where you're going to have to run some kind of an option off of that play. It's an aggressive defense. You have a play call that can kind of catch Northwest in that pressure. We shall see. Now they wanted the screen. Now they're going to go for the jump ball, and pretty well defended. They were trying to get it to Beckman, and back there in coverage was the Anthony Rivera, 3rd and long.
Yeah, I think the ball went right through the wickets on that one. If we get another opportunity to take a look at it. Here it comes. Where does this ball?
I'm not so sure. Rivera didn't get a hand right in there, right when it arrived.
Yep, good defensive play right there.
What we haven't seen much of since early in the game, no separation with the Junction City receivers. They just can't get away from the defensive backs of Northwest, and this is a big 3rd down. You don't want to give it right back. Gomez will step up. He's going to go long for Autry, and again, great coverage. This time provided by number 3, Joaquin Swally, and he may have just given Junction City a 1st down.
And that's not going to set well with Steve Martin. Well after the play, you got to keep your wits about you, keep your discipline, and just walk away from that. And the official was right on top of whatever happened there, whether it was something said or what.
After the play,
here's a call.
Unsportsmanlike. Number 3, defense. That's his first unsportsmanlike.
Boy, we saw this quite a bit last week in our game, and I've talked to officials, and this is just a point of empathy. Taunting, trash talking, whatever you want to call it. Let's just see if we can tell. And just I guess they called that a taunt, getting up and making a gesture towards the receiver. And it's just it's zero tolerance policy they've set. Yeah. And oh boy, what a break there for Junction City.
Huge break, huge.
Now can they capitalize? They're going to go to a pistol-like formation, I think for the first time tonight, to Tive and Woods in the backfield together. And a counter to Woods, and can he break away? He cannot. Number 10, Jamari Bland, right there along with John Michael Fountain, number 1. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Those 3 linebackers for Northwest, John Michael Fountain, Jamari Bland, extra plus. We haven't said Pless's name, I don't think, one time tonight. Where's number 26?
I don't see him on the field currently. I think they've been going with Logan Fast at that Sam linebacker on the depth chart we have.
I think you're right.
And Pless has not been in there much, and now a official timeout.
But those 3 linebackers are spectacular.
They are.
And Logan Fast is his backup at 5'9", 160. He's been involved in a ton of calls, but those guys are so athletic back there.
Equipment malfunction there. Junction City got a play clock reset. And they're going to go deep. This time they've got Autry a couple of steps. He makes the catch over the shoulder and takes it inside the 15. They've been trying to get it to him all night, and they finally got it there.
I've been calling for it. You got to get that young man involved because he's a special receiver. Watch this, right down the seam. Beautiful ball, drops it in the bucket, over the shoulder grab. Can't maintain his feet to get to the end zone, but you got to appreciate that pitch and catch.
What a catch. That is a tough catch. Full sprint over the shoulder. And a golden opportunity here late third quarter. Junction City trying to get their first lead of the ball game. There's that counter play. Woods trying to get outside, and another great defensive tackle by number 5, Dallas Gray. Another negative play.
Yeah, again, I think you're running it to the ground because they key on that each and every time. And again, you saw both the guard and the tackle pull, but didn't touch anybody. If you're going to pull, first man inside is the guy you hit.
That is going to take us down to the end of the third quarter. Northwest on top 10-7. Junction City threatening. Don't change that dial. We'll be back for the fourth quarter and more of the Game Time High School Game of the Week on Your View.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, you may face many hard questions. What will tomorrow bring? Which firm should I choose to represent me and my family? We've become the largest injury firm in the world because we've won a lot. Our firm has recovered billions and billions and billions. Over 30% of our new clients are referred by former clients. That says it all. Our results and client satisfaction. That's how we became the largest injury firm in the world. When you call Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, your very own army springs into action immediately to fight to get you the best result as quickly and easily as possible. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Call 800-589-0055. That's 800-589-0055.
Start of our fourth quarter. The Grizzlies leading Junction City 10-7. Junction City in the red zone. They lost 3 on first down. Actually a little closer to 4. So a 2nd and 14. They are probably inside field goal range. Gomez back in the pocket, has some time, fires it out pass. Autry turns the corner. Touchdown Blue Jays. Back-to-back fantastic catches. You got it to your playmaker. He's got you the lead.
Lavelle Autry stepping up in this drive, coming up with 2 huge catches this time. Catching it just outside the end zone. Watch this ball by Gomez. Just right spot on into the hands. Gomez into the end zone for the go-ahead TD.
Coach Zimmerman ran down the sideline to make sure there wasn't any celebrating down there. Low snap on the extra point. The kick is up from Butler, and he bangs it through. Game on here in Junction City. 14-10 Blue Jays. We'll be back after this timeout.
Hi, and welcome everyone watching at home. We're here to remind you that we have agents standing by right now to answer your legal questions. So if you've been injured in an accident that was not your fault, call now. Find out if you have a case and how much is potentially worth. I'm Gina Bellich, here with spokesman and TV personality Tom Mustin. So Tom, tell everyone watching at home who should call right now.
Well, Gina, first off, thank you for having me here in the studio. Now, as far as who should call in, the answer is anyone who's been injured in an accident that was not your fault should give us a call right now. Agents are standing by to answer any questions you may have and tell you how much your case is potentially worth.
Thanks, Tom. So what kind of calls are we seeing today?
Well, Gina, we're getting calls about all types of accidents, but the most common has been car accidents. So if you or someone you know were injured in an accident that was not your fault, take that first step and give us a call. We'll answer your questions and you'll find out if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth.
Thanks, Tom. Call now.
Hi folks, welcome back. If you or someone you know has been exposed to the weed killer Roundup and you now suffer from non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, you could be entitled to significant cash compensation. Rob, who should be calling in right now?
Just like you said, Paula, if you or someone you know have been exposed to the weed killer Roundup and you are now suffering from non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, you may be entitled to significant compensation.
Thanks, Rob. Take action and call now.
Junction City, their first lead of the ball game, opening seconds of our fourth quarter. As Ethan Butler now will kick off for the Blue Jays. Bill Johnson, your return men back. See if he tries to angle kick this. And he's sending it Johnson's way. Johnson meets it at about the 21 and trying to get wide, and nice tackle from behind there. Number 30 in special teams. That's Damari Kinney, one of the senior linebackers.
Well, I'll tell you what, Junction City's come out and made a statement here in the fourth quarter that this is their home. They protect their house. And just a meticulous drive. I mean, it was only 6 plays, but covered 67 yards. But that big 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct play by Jaquan Swally.
Had him stopped.
Just huge. You had him third and forever. And that play changed the game and changed the course of that drive right there for Junction City. And they took advantage and capitalized.
So cool. Conrad Gomez answered for Junction City. It's Jalen Mason's turn. Starts at his own 25. And he's going to go to the air. Has plenty of time. Rolls out of the pocket. He's got some real estate. And, oh, boy, he had Ryder Campbell. A little crossing pattern and airmailed it as he got blasted by Marcus Boganowski right after he threw it.
Yeah, and I'll say Mason had a little bit more time to settle his feet and throw that football. Now he's on his tail end. They're going to get helped up. Well, maybe he won't.
Well, he's going to have to come out for a play, and hopefully he is just fine. But you stop play, he has to come out once. Let's see if we can see. Nice job extending the play.
The seal on the outside, and then a little flip onto the outside, and he tweaked his ankle right there.
Pardon me, I thought Boganowski got over to put a shot on him. I turned my attention to the football, and
maybe just cramps.
Maybe cramping up. We'll see. We'll check on Jalen Mason when we return here in Junction City.
Hi, and welcome everyone watching at home. We're here to remind you that we have agents standing by right now to answer your legal questions. So if you've been injured in an accident that was not your fault, call now. Find out if you have a case and how much is potentially worth. I'm Gina Bellich here with spokesman and TV personality Tom Mustin. So Tom, tell everyone watching at home who should call right now.
Well, Gina, first off, thank you for having me here in the studio. Now, as far as who should call in, the answer is anyone who's been injured in an accident that was not your fault should give us a call right now. Agents are standing by to answer any questions you may have and tell you how much your case is potentially worth.
Thanks, Tom. So what kind of calls are we seeing today?
Well, Gina, we're getting calls about all types of accidents, but the most common has been car accidents. So if you or someone you know were injured in an accident that was not your fault, take that first step and give us a call. We'll answer your questions and you'll find out if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth.
Thanks, Tom. Call now.
Jalen Mason, starting quarterback for Northwest. Looks like he's cramping up. They're going to put Griffin Baker, senior wideout, at quarterback. And he's going to give it to Zaire Burton, who's hit at the line of scrimmage and struggles forward to get what he can. About a pickup of 3. It'll be 3rd and 7.
Big Bogue out there again. Boganowski stepping up, number 4 for Junction City. Coming up and making another shoestring tackle, but had that single leg and he wasn't letting go.
We had on our depth chart Cortland Campbell, a sophomore, listed as a backup. But they're going to go with Baker here, at least for a little bit. And we may see what kind of arm he's got. He got 3rd and 7.
You think they're going to ask him to throw the football here, huh?
Well, they're setting up kind of that double I-back look. He is going to throw it. Pressure around the edge. He's going to go down the middle of the field. This is underthrown. And he's going to get the first down. It might have been picked off. But, I tell you, that almost looked like incidental feet getting tangled up. I'm sure we'll get another look at it, but it's going to be a 15-yard penalty and a first down for Northwest.
Yeah, you can see the disappointment already on the sidelines. And military appreciation night here at Junction City, and of course the coaches wearing their greens, and they're not happy.
Pass interference on the defense. 15 yards, results in a first down.
A huge penalty. We saw one after the play. Now this is going to be a good look at it.
I don't know. That ball was up for grabs.
So a big 15-yard penalty moves the chains. Northwest 1st and 10 from their own 44. And Baker will hand it off. That's John Michael Fountain in there at running back, and he rumbles across midfield for a gain of 9. So you're breaking out every stop. John Michael Fountain typically only used in short yardage.
When you take out Augie Fast at 6'1", 195, and you put John Michael Fountain back there, 6'1", 205, he's a wrecking ball.
Jamari Bland, also one of your defenders in there. This is kind of their hammer package as Mason does return to the field, hands it off and cut down in the backfield. I believe Burton back in there. Number 7, Jason Neal, got him down. Actually, that was Fountain again.
Yep, and who was in there on the tackle? Number 4. Or, correction, yeah, number 4. Was Boganowski.
Like I said, Neal. And now it's 3rd down and about 3. So we took under 10 minutes remaining. And Northwest, did they have to burn one? And they did.
Ooh, that could be huge.
Timeout.
And we are going to take the timeout with you. Big 3rd down coming up for Northwest after this.
Hi, and welcome everyone watching at home. We're here to remind you that we have agents standing by right now to answer your legal questions. So if you've been injured in an accident that was not your fault, call now. Find out if you have a case and how much is potentially worth. I'm Gina Bellich here with spokesman and TV personality Tom Mustin. So Tom, tell everyone watching at home who should call right now.
Well, Gina, first off, thank you for having me here in the studio. Now, as far as who should call in, the answer is anyone who's been injured in an accident that was not your fault should give us a call right now. Agents are standing by to answer any questions you may have and tell you how much your case is potentially worth.
Thanks, Tom. So what kind of calls are we seeing today?
Well, Gina, we're getting calls about all types of accidents, but the most common has been car accidents. So if you or someone you know were injured in an accident that was not your fault, take that first step and give us a call. We'll answer your questions and you'll find out if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth.
Thanks, Tom. Call now.
3rd down and 3. Mason wants a quick pass. He's got a man caught by Griffin Baker for the first down. Just a quick little out, safe pass delivered only where Baker could make the catch, and he secures it. Big first down for the Grizzlies.
Well, you kind of wondered the health of Jalen Mason. Are those legs underneath him?
If you're Junction City, I'd bring some pressure and find out.
Force him out of the pocket and make him run.
It's hard to tell. He looks like he's walking all right there in the pocket. He's got Burton behind him. Little play action. They are going to run him, but he's caught from behind. What a play. Coming in there, number 8, Khalil Walker. He read that perfectly.
Yeah, take another look. Coming from the backside, just beats the defensive end and just rolls right by him to make the tackle. There's the blitz. There's the pressure you talked about. They brought it. They heard you, Scotty.
And a loss of about a half a yard. We'll call it 2nd and 11. Looked like Mason cut all right, but maybe not as quick as he normally is. This time we go back to Burton, who's hit immediately, falls forward, got a good push. Took Jamarcus Tyson, number 10, with him for a couple 3 yards and another huge 3rd down, 3rd and 7.
You know, the things that come to mind that we've done over the years, getting back to the simple stuff, block and tackle. That's what Junction City's done tonight. They've been impressive on the offensive line and tackling by the defense.
Another 3-man rush. Mason, he thought about running it. He's got a man wide open and overshoots Cordell Johnson.
But there's a big flag on the play in the backfield.
This could be roughing the passer.
I don't think Johnson's going to like it.
Roughing the quarterback. Number 7, 15 yards, automatic first down.
Oh, and now twice via penalty. Junction City has extended this Northwest drive. Oh, boy. That was more of a love touch there, but they're going to flag Jason Neal. We're roughing the quarterback, moving the ball down to the 24 with 8:13 left.
Huge penalty.
Some mental mistakes each team here. Back to Burton. Cuts it to the middle of the field. First down. It'll be first and goal. He gets inside the 10. And getting chippy down there, but great blocking off the right side.
Absolutely. Gaping hole right there for the freshman to run through, and he does a phenomenal job getting downfield.
And you're trying to get personnel in and out there for Northwest. I think they wanted to go quicker there. You got to make sure you got the right personnel out there. And back to Burton. Oh, man miss, and Zaire Burton, the freshman, are going to get Northwest back in the lead, 16-14.
Oh, my goodness. Back and back. This one has not let us down in level, intensity, and athleticism. Look at that shot he takes right there by Kingston Timms.
And now a big extra point. Featherston on trying to make it a 3-point game. Execution all there, and Northwest back up 17-14. 2 penalties. He had a pass interference and a roughing the quarterback on third downs to extend that Northwest drive.
Another big drive. 8 plays, 75 yards to finish it off. Right here with Burton, making one adjustment, taking a big hit and going into the end zone.
And what Coach Martin talked about, committing to the running game, getting back to their roots, and they have stuck with it. And that's what got them back on top here. Still plenty of time. Junction City, all 3 timeouts. Can they respond once again? It's been kind of a slow reacting counter punch tonight, but each team has answered the other, just like you'd look for in a big game like this. Some other scores at Great Bend, they keep rolling. They went 38-14 at Buhler tonight. Saw those teams popping up in our 5A and 4A rankings earlier this evening. A shootout in 1A. Sterling 60, Inman 40. How about that? Just over 2 minutes left in that game. Conway Springs, #1 team in 1A. They really took it on the chin tonight. Something like, so I think it was 44-3. Douglas beat them. We got Lavelle Autry back, along with Marshall Carmen.
It looks like we're going to have somebody want to come in and hold the ball, but I think that one, not enough wind out there to blow the ball.
Well, and he kicked it before they were ready.
Interesting.
And Carmen will take it back around the 10. And he'll get down shy of the 30. Yeah, Anthony Rivera was still running back towards the sideline when Featherston kicked it. Something wasn't quite right there, and fortunately for Northwest, they were able to get the coverage down the field quickly.
Take another look at the play. Did the ball get... Ooh.
Yeah, they're going to have to say they blew the whistle before that. Yeah. That clearly was out, but I think they ruled forward progress stopped. And the whistle blew, so now it's Conrad Gomez's turn. Mason answered. Well, they'll go back to that bread and butter play, and Woods this time broke it and almost lost the football, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe +1.
Spun around, high tackle right there by 90, Bishop Smith. And you get into the point in the ball game where attrition and that conditioning, how well did your guys get conditioned throughout the week, throughout the last 3 weeks, to be able to play in the third quarter and late into the fourth?
Yeah, it was into the low 80s today. Some humidity out there with the storms to our west, so a prime night for Crampon. We haven't seen much. They want a quick pass, out pass. Oh, great catch! Turning the corner and the first down from Lance Norris. I thought it was going to be out of his reach. And the pink mittens of Lance Norris pull it in.
Catching his third catch of the ball game, and this one comes at a big time. Watch this ball way out extended, and he just reaches out to the fingertips and pulls it in.
And to kind of pull it into himself, he saw the little juggle, but great catch out to the 43 for a Blue Jay first down. Use Norris in motion now. A little counter back to Tive. And Northwest, I tell you, after some success in the first half, very little success on that play here in the second half. For Junction City, it'll be 2nd and 10.
Well, a meticulous drive right here is what Junction City needs. They need to either score quickly or burn a lot of that clock off. They've had some long drives. Can they continue it?
If you feel like it's going to be the arm of Gomez here, as Northwest is really locked down on the run game. They rush 5. Gomez going again for his favorite target tonight, Lance Norris, but overshoots him. Which will set up a huge 3rd and 10.
And maybe I'm not thinking about it right, but do you see a lot of crossing patterns so far tonight? One shot down the seam where they hit Autry, and there was one miscue where the ball was thrown on the wrong side of the, or I'm going to say that the receiver ran a wrong route, or the ball was thrown on the wrong side of the hash mark. But most of the stuff crossing routes, middle of the field, has not been really exploited, but maybe one time.
Junction's got to hurry unless they're going to burn one here. 4 seconds. They get it with 1. And a little bootlegger rollout. Gomez saw some open field, and he's going to get shoved out of bounds well short of the first down. He had to make a decision whether to let Tive get further down the field or take it himself, and it's well short. It'd be 4th and 5. We watch it again. Thought about it. I think a good decision there. There just wasn't anybody there, and well, I know this is killing Coach Zimmerman. I think everything inside of him wants to go for it, but still with over 6 minutes left, he's going to send Timms on to punt it.
Last 2 drives by Northwest were 6 minutes and 4 minutes long.
Your defense has played really well all night. Going to rely on him again. A fair catch called for, and Johnson will make it about the 16. And now it'll be that Blue Jay defense that has to come up with a stop and get their team the ball back with 5:58 remaining. And I think we're going to see a heavy dose of that ground game, get behind that big physical offensive line here and see if what Coach Martin was telling us comes to fruition. Establish that ground game and wear down our opponent in the second half. We'll see if they can do it here. This is what defines a team that has state championship aspirations right here, crunch time. And back to Burton. Huge hole off right tackle, but he forgot the football, and Northwest lost it to Junction City. The Blue Jays will take over just outside the 20, and who comes up with it? Number 14, Jashawn Green, after they lost it once.
Well, I was just about to say ball security is going to be huge right here, and there's the punch out. And that ball bouncing around there like a pinball, but how big is that for the Junction City defense to come up with a turnover? Ball security, ball security, ball security. We talked about it in the open, excuse me. Oh my goodness, Coach Martin, he's got to be beside himself.
Boy, and if you're Junction City, you've got to capitalize on that. We've seen him come up empty on a couple of chances like that. Now they go draw play. Woods broke one tackle, and he won't get back to the line of scrimmage. John Michael Fountain, number 1, got him down, but it just, the run game is not there in the second half, and that's huge.
Yeah, well, that play took way too long to develop. Of course, running in, to a defender right here, just boom, nice bounce off, and try to get it to the outside. But just, again, too long to establish that and get it going in the pursuit. Took care of business.
The defensive line, I think it might have been number 98, Caius Carolla, that forced him to go out as either 98 or 90. And once he couldn't go straight up the middle, had to try to break it out. Like you said, it developed too slowly. Play clock at 5. Gomez back to throw it. And he's got a man. Lofted, caught. It's going to be a touchdown to Aiden Martin, the tight end. The first catch a tight end has made this year, maybe the biggest of all.
Oh, my goodness. We talked the other night after, Coach, and you talked about that and brought that up to us. And we were just kind of speaking off the phone. Never have hit a tight end, and now look here. Great patience, puts it right on the button. The big dog takes it into the end zone. Surprise, surprise. Coach Zimmerman pulling something out of the stops that they haven't seen yet.
Well, the turnover monster now, a big extra point on the way for Butler. Ooh, wasn't the prettiest, but it got the job done. And with 4:58 remaining, punch, counter punch tonight. Heavyweight fight in Junction City. The Blue Jays go up 21-17. And there you see Coach Zimmerman. He's going to have to put his defense right back out on the field. And look at Junction City's upcoming schedule. To say this is Murderer's Row, Scott, is understatement.
Oh, without a doubt.
Next 2 weeks, they go to Manhattan and to Hayes, and then to Topeka before finishing with Washburn Rural and Emporia at home. Manhattan had a 10-0 lead on Hayes early fourth quarter tonight. That is Murderer's Row, but a long way to go here. Can they pull off what most people would consider an upset tonight? And they're going to put it back on their defensive shoulders against Jalen Mason. And that Northwest offense, again, they're down Augie Fast with a hand injury. And they'll be looking for something out of special teams to try to get him going. But I love these contests. It has been billed as advertised. I think the rankings are very accurate. There you see Augie Fast. I know that's killing him. You see that left hand wrapped up around the hand and the wrist area. Clearly out for the ball game. And this one is going to be taken by Johnson at the 20, down the middle of the field, and a good return out across the 35 to the 37. And again, a field goal won't do it this time.
No, going to have to take the ball into the end zone. You got just under 5 minutes to get the ball down the field, and this is the biggest drive, obviously, the game right here. And I'll say it again, ball security is huge. But you got to put the ball in the end zone right here. There's no doubt about it. And that man right there is going to have to step up and lead his team down the field. And, you know, talk with the coach. He's the guy that's been walking the walk and talking the talk. Here's the time where he can lead by example right here and get his team down the field. That offensive line has got to be big and step up.
John Michael Fountain is the running back. Play action. Mason's got some time in a man. And his favorite target, number 7, Griffin Baker, will take it inside the Junction City 40 to the 38. So go right back to your security blanket on first down.
You bet. And great protection by that offensive line to give Mason time to set up and makes a solid throw down the field. And Baker reaches back and makes a nice catch.
Now, we're not seeing the tempo. We haven't seen it a lot tonight. And I think in this situation, Northwest wants to use a little clock. And they'll go back to Fountain off right tackle. Lowers that shoulder, just dragging tacklers forward. He's still on his feet. Junction City ripping at the football. And they'll mark this play dead, close to another Grizzly first down.
He's such a powerful runner. Watch it. Sees the vision. Sees the hole. Runs right over the defender right there. And that's no... That's no average.
Tyson.
That's Jamarcus Tyson. That's not your average defender right there. He's special.
He got right at 10. It's another first down. Now they're showing a little tempo, and they will play action. Pressure up the middle, quick release, and the throw is low, intended for number 4, Jalen Lugon. And 2nd and 10.
Well, a short pass means one of two things. Either you were rushed, you threw off your back foot, or you had happy feet. And you see him stretching his legs out right there. I think those cramps are still bothering him.
That was pressure right up the middle. Good job that time by the interior line. And back to Fountain. And he broke a couple of tackles. They tried to shoulder tackle him, and that isn't going to get John Michael Fountain down. He dances into the end zone, and back and forth we go. Northwest regains the lead.
Oh, my goodness. What a drive by Northwest. And we talked about the leadership of that man getting his team down the field. John Michael Fountain showing off the balance, the sight, being able to get into the end zone, just did not want to be stopped.
Khalil Walker, he tried to shoulder tackle him, and that's not going to happen on a 205-pound linebacker as Featherston tacks on the extra point. Put Northwest up 24-21, 3:37 left. Boy, what a game and what a fourth quarter. We'll get another look at the touchdown.
Again, just showing the power. That's what a big back does. Stays on his feet, has the balance to come out of trouble and then find his way to get in the end zone. Showing off the speed as well.
The only question would be, did they score too fast?
Ooh.
3:37, 3 timeouts, plenty of time for Junction City. How about Northwest's schedule? They're going to play at Capon, then at West. Look at that October 10th matchup looming out there against Manhattan. And they'll be at South, who we will see next week, before finishing off with Eisenhower. Are they going to be 3-0 going to Capon or 2-1? We got 3:37 to figure that out. There's Coach Martin, still oddly calm.
I think that's the same look we get whether he's frustrated, he's calm, he's happy.
Is that angry? What do you call even keel?
Even keel, there you go. Well, now that we the same thing we just said a minute and 21 seconds ago about what Northwest had to do. Now we've got to see that coming out of Junction City. Can they rise to the occasion now?
And this one is going to go. A different return man back there. They got Lance Norris back there. He cuts to the middle of the field, and a good return to the 31. And I do have a Manhattan Hayes update for you playing tonight. 10 for Manhattan, 8 for Hayes. Hayes getting the ball back with just over 2 minutes left. Oof. That game not over.
The tackler on the coverage there was Pless.
Zytrell Pless.
Zytrell Pless. We have not seen him at the linebacker spot.
I think Logan Fast getting the start there tonight. We expected Pless, but they rotate them as well. So now back to Conrad Gomez. He has played very well tonight. 3 receiver look. He looked at the quick pass and now throws one and should have been intercepted. Right down the middle of the field he was looking for Brody Beckman.
Kyron Taylor, number 20, right through the wickets here. You watch this ball goes up in the air and right through the hands. And again, I don't like the gloves, but a lot of guys are the fans of them. But speaking of, good shot right there. But I tell you what, 3:26 to go. You're down by 3.
Junction City, they got to get lined up quickly. Those timeouts could be huge. They're just getting lined up with 2 on the play clock. They did get it snapped. Now, rolling pocket. Gomez fires a crossing pattern, and it was knocked away. And I think Norris had it momentarily, but number 14, Cordell Johnson, a great defensive play to bring up 3rd and 10.
And again, you see Gomez going back to Norris. But where's the playmaker at? Got to keep an eye on him. You know Northwest probably is, but so far, Mr. Autry's found a way to get open.
Again, Gomez been going to the sideline. He's getting back to that huddle very, very late. There is 14 on the play clock.
No hurry.
I understand wanting to talk to your quarterback, but they're still in the huddle.
They're not going to get this one
And
off.
no, they're going to have to waste one of these timeouts. They're up there with one. They did get it off. They're going to option pitch it. It's a fumble. Picked up off the hop by Woods. And he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe +1 is, again, having to hurry it up. Nearly a disaster. Now decision time. You're going to have to ask your defense to get a stop and punt this one away with ticking under 3 minutes left. But boy, rushing that play, it looked like it was going to be kind of a reverse on the pitch there.
Yeah, just not a well-organized play, and then try to get it off with very little time left on the clock. A recipe for disaster. Now you're going to ask your defense to come out on the field and try to make another stop. Beautiful punt.
Cordell Johnson signals for and makes the fair catch about the 32, maybe 33-yard line. With 2:32 left, all 3 timeouts for Junction City. I'll tell you what, they have had a dickens of a time these last couple of possessions, even slowing down that Northwest run game, and you know that's where they're going to pound it. As you'll see, our upcoming schedule will be at Bishop Carroll next week, Wichita South, Bishop Carroll. Boy, those final 2 ones, I tell you, really looking forward to that. We love going to Derby. They will host Hutch. Curious about that Mays-Hutch game, and then another rivalry game on the 10th, Mays South at Mays. That is a fantastic schedule here on our Game Time Game of the Week. Kept expecting to get another Hutch update, but I have not seen one since 21-7.
I think that's going to be a barn burner there.
Mason just going to take it right up the middle, and you're going to just have to save your timeout here. Let the chains move, let them run another play, and that's what you can't afford to do maybe one more time.
Well, what we've asked and what the coaching staff has asked of that man right there to lead his team, show some poise, show some fight. If they come away with a win tonight, they've overcome a lot of adversity to come away with a win against this Johnson County squad, and they come to prove it on their own field that they're pretty doggone tough, and they made a believer out of a lot of folks tonight.
Yeah, you have Augie Fasco down, Mason cramped up. We've had the turnovers, and now some confusion. Or Northwest, they're getting to the line very late. Back to Fountain. He's into the secondary and may score. He's inside the 30, the 20. Forget about it. John Michael Fountain, well, going to put an exclamation point on this one with his second touchdown run, going both ways here in the fourth quarter. That probably did it.
John Michael Fountain, 57 yards on the scamper. Again, going off that right side, over the Bulls on that front line, and just ran away from everybody else on the field. That man is a man among boys. John Michael Fountain, 6'1", 205 senior, getting it done his final year.
And Featherston will attack on the extra point to make it a 10-point game with just $1:33 left. And Coach Martin talked about it. Get back to that running game, commit to it. We got a big physical offensive line. We feel like if we stick with it, that in the fourth quarter we can wear our opponent down. They have done just that. Their offensive line has dominated here in the fourth.
4 carries, 92 yards for Mr. Fountain today. 2 touchdowns. John Michael Fountain and this Northwest offense, give credit where credit was due. Big holes to run through. The Hogs up front doing what they needed to do. That man right there, Mr. Fountain, and you could call him Mr. in front of his name now, because I'm telling you what, this dude put this team on his back and drove him right down the field.
Yeah, Cochran and Roberts, Martin, McGinnis, Williams across the front line from left tackle to right tackle. They have done a fantastic job. And I do see Manhattan got a stop on 4th down in the final minute to hold on for a 10-8 victory over Hayes tonight. Heavyweight battle there. I would advise Featherston to keep this away from Lavelle Autry, and it's going to go right to him. So Autry a chance from the 11. Has a little bit of a crease and then shoved out of bounds across the 30. And now you'll see, for the most part, that front four going to pin their ears back and everybody else will play coverage, and Northwest will try to hang on here up 31-21. And
well, for Junction City and Mr. Gomez, I mean, you gotta put the ball in your hand to your playmakers and try to go down the field and score as quick as possible. Like you said for Northwest, keep the ball in front of you, send the big dogs up front, prevent defense by your D-backs. Don't let them get a big play behind you.
Left, he might have been hit when he was thrown, and this was, I think, batted and intercepted, knocked into the hands of number 2 D'Anthony Rivera. There was some pressure coming in there, and now be curious to see Junction City still has all 3 timeouts. If they'll use them defensively or Coach Zimmerman will allow time to expire, as we'll see the interception.
Yeah, leads ball thrown right down the seam. Unfortunately, doing it in double coverage. Once again, trying to go to Autry as playmaker. I get it. I just said that's probably where you ought to go, but he's doing a great job defensively. Not letting him get behind him. Good solid defense out there, doubling your big playmaker.
I thought Swally might have got a fingertip on it, knocked it over, but he pulled his hands back just at the right time to let Rivera squeeze in that interception. And now that heavy package. Bland has been out there a bunch as well. And back to John Michael Fountain. He's in the secondary and slips a tackle and finally ridden down at the Blue Jay 45. I tell you, John Michael Fountain only had carries in the 4th quarter, and he keeps it up. He may be going for 100 yards, but this is not good.
He is grabbing at that left or that right shoulder.
On the tackle.
He got kind of ridden to the ground. Oh, let's hope for the best for this young man, but he's holding that arm up and he's in pain.
We'll get a look at it, see how he came down, and it's just, he comes down on the turf right on that right shoulder. Here's another great look at it.
Great work by our cameraman.
Yeah, just kind of jammed it down in the turf. He's down on one knee. Hopefully that's just a stinger. And now Northwest is going to go to victory formation and see if Junction City going to use their timeouts. And they have not stopped the clock yet. I do not think Coach Zimmerman at this point, with the game out of reach, going to use those timeouts. I have been wrong before, but the clock will continue to move.
Well, you got to tip your hat to Junction City. The Blue Jays came out and they played a well of a game. That defense was stout when it needed to be, but they had such a hard time overcoming that big offensive line of Northwest when it really came down to the end. The wear and tear finally wore them down and just couldn't come up with big enough plays to overcome it. And they go to 2-1. I mean, you think about 2 good wins, 48-3 over Hayesville and a 14-7 win over Lawrence. They dropped this one, but there's good things coming for that blue squad right there, the Blue Jays. There's good stuff coming.
At Manhattan, at Hayes. Whew.
Yeah.
Tough schedule coming up as we've hit our final gun here in Junction City. Great ball game. Northwest takes over physically in the 4th quarter and it goes on to win it 31-21. They'll head back home 3-0. Junction City falls to 2-1. Stay tuned for our post game. We got a lot coming up on the Game Time High School Game of the Week on Your View.
Hi, and welcome everyone watching at home. We're here to remind you that we have agents standing by right now to answer your legal questions. So if you've been injured in an accident that was not your fault, call now. Find out if you have a case and how much is potentially worth. I'm Gina Bellich here with spokesman and TV personality Tom Mustin. So Tom, tell everyone watching at home who should call right now.
Well, Gina, first off, thank you for having me here in the studio. Now, as far as who should call in, the answer is anyone who's been injured in an accident that was not your fault should give us a call right now. Agents are standing by to answer any questions you may have and tell you how much your case is potentially worth.
Thanks, Tom. So what kind of calls are we seeing today?
Well, Gina, we're getting calls about all types of accidents, but the most common has been car accidents. So if you or someone you know were injured in an accident that was not your fault, take that first step and give us a call. We'll answer your questions and you'll find out if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth.
Thanks, Tom. Call now.
Thinking about retirement? Would you like to have retirement income that you can count on for the rest of your life? How about up to 33% more income? Call this number to get this free book, Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers. This book is filled with valuable information uncovering little-known secrets to help you maximize your income in retirement. And it's free. Retirement income you can count on starts by calling for this free book. As a bonus, we'll also rush this annuity rate report, also absolutely free. Annuity National researched numerous products and summarized the rates and benefits of annuities from foremost insurance companies like Nassau Life and Annuity. Call for both these free books, Annuity National, retirement income you can count on for the rest of your life. Call now.
For your free books, call 800-793-7995. That's 800-793-7995. 800-793-7995.
Hi folks, welcome back. If you or someone you know has been exposed to the weed killer Roundup and you now suffer from non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, you could be entitled to significant cash compensation. Rob, who should be calling in right now?
Just like you said, Paula, if you or someone you know have been exposed to the weed killer Roundup and you are now suffering from non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, you may be entitled to significant compensation.
Thanks, Rob. Take action and call now.
Time on Your View is brought to you by Keeley Roofing and Construction. Let us show you why our customers voted us the best of Wichita for roofing, siding, decks, and guttering. Keeley Roofing and Construction, where quality meets integrity.
Northwest 31, Junction City 21. Our final this evening. Grizzlies go to 3-0. Junction City 2-1. Well, it's time to look at our Cox play of the ball game.
And we got to turn to John Michael Fountain, number 1, out of the backfield from the 48-yard line. Takes off downfield, going right back over that big offensive line on the right side. Takes it to the house for the touchdown. We'll get a couple of looks at it. Just a special back. So balanced, so powerful. Got the speed to boot as well. 5 rushes. 121 yards for John Michael Fountain, and that was all in the second half.
That was an amazing effort, and that was the smart call of the game, courtesy of Cox Mobile, the smart way to mobile. You can learn more at cox.com/mobile. So there you see John Michael Fountain. Hopefully that was just a stinger we saw there at the end of the game, that he will be fine. And use him at linebacker. They got all of it out of him at running back tonight. We'll be back. One more segment. Northwest wins it 31-21 here in Junction.
Thinking about retirement? Would you like to have retirement income that you can count on for the rest of your life? How about up to 33% more income? Call this number to get this free book, Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers. This book is filled with valuable information uncovering little-known secrets to help you maximize your income in retirement. And it's free. Retirement income you can count on starts by calling for this free book. As a bonus, we'll also rush this annuity rate report, also absolutely free. Annuity National researched numerous products and summarized the rates and benefits of annuities from foremost insurance companies like Nassau Life and Annuity. Call for both these free books, Annuity National, retirement income you can count on for the rest of your life. Call now.
For your free books, call 800-793-7995. That's 800-793-7995. 800-793-7995.
Heads up, the IRS is on the move. If you owe the IRS more than $10,000 in back taxes, revenue agents can now come directly to your home to collect. That means bank accounts, assets, and cash are all up for grabs. The time for waiting is over. StopIRSDebt.com can intercept these agents and stop collections fast. With thousands of 5-star reviews, we've helped low and high income taxpayers get protected and slash their tax debt. So if you're under audit, need your returns filed, or have an agent at your door, go to StopIRSDebt.com now to check for savings. Simply answer a few questions and you're done. With 87,000 new IRS agents on the move, don't roll the dice any longer. There are now generous options to resolve your tax debt, but you must act fast. Don't wait until it's too late. Go to StopIRSDebt.com now to check for savings.
Call 855-296-9016. That's 855-296-9016.
Northwest, the big road victory here in Junction City tonight, 31-21. Well, Scott, for me tonight, it was missed opportunities for the Blue Jays. Some of those turnovers in Northwest territory couldn't convert into points, and then the physicality of Northwest took over in the fourth quarter when they had to have it.
Yes, they did, and I'm with you as well. And you find out how much dog you got in, and when you're down, when adversity strikes, can you get back up, and can you find the will to keep fighting and do what you came into the game to do? You wanted to win the run game. Northwest did that. Did they play defensively, disciplined football? Not necessarily, but they did what they had to do to come up with critical stops to get back on the field after their offense turned the ball over a couple of times, and they found the intestinal fortitude to come back out, stay in the game, and allow John Michael Fountain to do what John Michael Fountain does, come in and drops a hammer.
Yeah, it was hammer time.
It was hammer time.
In the fourth quarter. Well, we will head back in the Wichita area next week for Wichita South at Bishop Carroll, Game Time High School Game of the Week, Friday, September 26th, with our pregame starting at 7 o'clock. Always a fun place. Enjoy going to Bishop Carroll. Well, game was all that it was built up to be tonight. Military Appreciation Night. We had a great time here in Junction City. Northwest takes the victory. You've been watching the Game Time High School Game of the Week on Your View. Northwest takes the victory over Junction City, 31-21. On behalf of our entire crew, alongside Scott Gurney, I'm Scott Hogan. So long from Junction City High School, and God bless.
Nearly 1 in 4 U.S. consumers have been a victim of identity theft, even when they did all the right things to protect their personal information.
I did everything right, but an institution that had my data didn't, and now my identity's been stolen.
Banks, hospitals, employers, and other institutions all have your personal information too, and when they're exposed, careful monitoring of your accounts and credit won't be enough.
$110,000 of my hard-earned money gone.
The stakes are high, and even if you take steps to protect your personal information, you're not the only one who has it. Only LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points every second, alerting you to the widest volume of threats. And if you become a victim, a dedicated U.S.-based identity restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed. Plus, all LifeLock members are backed by the LifeLock $1 Million Protection Package, including reimbursement for stolen funds. Call now or go online and use promo code 35TV to save 35% off an annual plan for your first year.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, you may face many hard questions. What will tomorrow bring? Which firm should I choose to represent me and my family? We've become the largest injury firm in the world because we've won a lot. Our firm has recovered billions and billions and billions. Over 30% of our new clients are referred by former clients. That says it all. Our results and client satisfaction. That's how we became the largest injury firm in the world. When you call Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, your very own army springs into action immediately to fight to get you the best result as quickly and easily as possible. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Call 800-589-0055. That's 800-589-0055.
Rock, Chalk, Jayhawk, live from Johnny's Tavern, West Lawrence. Welcome to Hawk Talk with Lance Leipold. In the next hour, Coach Leipold will provide the inside scoop on everything Jayhawk football. Hawk Talk with Lance Leipold is brought to you by Johnny's Tavern, a great local sports bar from Raymore to Topeka with 13 locations. Visit johnnystavern.com for the location nearest you.
And Kate's Heating and Cooling. Service makes the difference.
Now, let's go live to Johnny's Tavern, West Lawrence, alongside Coach Leipold. Here's the voice of the Jayhawks, Brian Haney.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another exciting edition of Hawk Talk, live from Johnny's Tavern, West Lawrence. Even better the second time we said it. Great to have you with us tonight as we get set for Big 12 Conference play opening on Saturday night at the new booth. The bye week is behind us, conference play is upon us, and we're going to pack the booth and watch our Jayhawks take on West Virginia. We've got an awesome crowd live tonight here at Johnny's Tavern, West Lawrence, and we've got 60 minutes, or now about 57, to break down the upcoming game. Coach, great to see you. How did the bye week treat you?
Oh, great to see you, Brian. Thanks, everyone, for coming out, and again, we're excited to get going, and it's been a good week. We had a chance to regroup a little bit and give guys a little time off, but in the meantime, still putting a lot of prep into West Virginia and excited for the challenge this Saturday.
When you give some of the heavy lifters some time off during the bye, that's repetitions for the young guys. How did some of your third and fourth stringers that are 18, 19 years old show out?
Yeah, we had a chance to scrimmage them a week ago and get a chance for them to play live football reps and get a chance to keep coaching and developing them. You know, we have Emmanuel Reed here, that's an old player. Emmanuel Henderson, excuse me, a little slip. But Emmanuel's played a lot of football, plays a lot of special teams, does a lot of things there that we gave him some limited reps on those certain days. He's one of many guys. Bryce Foster was another one that we kind of slowed down a little bit. And again, they lifted on Friday, had Saturday off. We practiced Sunday, had Monday off. So we should be a fresh football team approaching kickoff on Saturday.
Love hearing that, no doubt. And obviously, extra time to break down the previous contest. Hard-fought battle over in Columbia that goes the way of the Tigers. But what did the film show you in going back and looking at it?
You know, disappointing game. We had our chances in there. We hung with them a long time. But at the end of the day, many games are won up front, and I think they got the best of that battle, and it showed in a lot of statistical things, that amount of plays, big plays. We didn't tackle as well as we needed to, and that sometimes just comes down to being a more physical football team, things that we want to stress and get back to some fundamentals. But credit them. I thought that, again, we played hard and did the things that have you a chance